It sounds like this is already going to shit. Like Z Nation's not going to be playing tonight. He thought that the tournament was tomorrow.
I knew
Wait,
Z Nation
what?
was gonna pull some stuff like that though. Like I
Wait, then
kind of expected
what are we
that.
gonna do then?
I don't know. People are talking about it right now in the team matches. Also, his Leechess account is closed. I don't
Well,
know if he did
he
it.
finds a way not to play anything all the time.
Yeah,
I mean,
and then
it's-
every time I mention that, he's like, "Stop tagging me with that." Like, but then he always finds ways to screw it up. Isaac is saying Z Nation is out.
Wow, that sucks. I don't get how you messed this up. Like it was everywhere.
Yeah, I'm like so annoyed with everybody right now. Well,
Spicy
even the
Indian
people that
strike.
can play, like I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed by. Like Daniel said a few minutes ago, like he didn't realize there were pairings in the spreadsheet. He didn't even know there were multiple tabs to it. Also, he said, and to be honest, I thought the tournament was tomorrow.
Why would it be on a Tuesday?
I don't know. And I asked, like, did I somehow like post the wrong date somewhere?
So wait, what is Z Nation doing?
I think he's just like not even at his house or anything. Like he thought the tournament was tomorrow.
But he posted in the Discord something else like
Yeah, maybe from mobile
15,
or something.
15
I don't
minutes
know.
ago.
When has an IHOP event ever been on a Tuesday? Ever?
Never.
Never.
Should we like reschedule this whole thing?
Wow.
Should we?
I mean, it's just like I'm so annoyed right
Well,
now.
if we do, I mean, if we do, somebody else is gonna find some, somebody else is not gonna show up or something. So
It's not that hard to like be adults and just like commit to something and put it on your schedule.
Okay.
Is the game
Yeah, the
happening
game
early?
has started. Actually, we have a Sicilian by Daniel.
yeah, but I mean, it doesn't even. I mean, I don't even know how this is gonna work. So
I mean,
it's kind of like besides the point to spectate this game.
nobody knows what to do. Like literally, nobody knows what to do. I mean, I put all the instructions in the spreadsheet, so yeah, Brian, I'm out. Like this is pissing me off so much. If you want to continue with the tournament, fine. But I just want to like reschedule this at this point. That's my personal preference. And
Okay.
if anybody else like wants to play in these and like take it seriously, then they should actually like try to put in a little effort. Yeah, I think it's just not going to work right now. There's just too much mayhem. Nobody even knows like what the teams are going to be. I don't. Like I tried to put everything in the spreadsheet that, I mean, people would know or need to know. Pairings, colors, round times.
Date.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. Like they had one job. They have they have no entry fee, so all they have to do is show up and play.
No,
Seems
Mark is
interesting.
playing a game. He's playing Skylar.
But it's 3+2. That's not the time control.
I think. Okay, well, let's see. Are there teams? Are there teams playing? I mean, it's.
So we got Young Guns versus Sag. Man, this is all so confused. I'm so confused now.
Under what circumstances is Mark supposed to play Skylar? He's not even.
I think they were talking about a night odds game in the chat. I think it's just for
Night
killing
odds?
time.
What is Skylar going to give Mark night odds? Okay, so all right, fine. Let's find a game from the actual match where all the players are here and see what happens.
Okay. Yeah, because I think Mark is the odd one out for Young Guns since C Nation didn't make it.
Okay, well let me know where to go.
I'm in Victor versus Sam right now.
Okay, sure. I'll go to Victor versus Sam.
No,
so
you're not
3, 1,
replacing
2.
Z Nation with peace odds and a different time control. That's not how it works, Skylar. What is going on here? There's a lot of tension. F3 is scary.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna go back and see how this happened.
What's up, Niraj?
Unsurprisingly, Sam played D6 and E5 at the beginning of the game. Hi, Niraj. This is kind of a complete
Okay, so
disaster.
check. Gotta play that.
Get to the position.
I like how that was the only move, but Victor took forever to play it.
Oh wait, I'm not there. I'm still getting caught up.
Okay, let's see.
Oh yeah, wait. He took forever to play. Victor took forever to play Bishop takes E6 check.
Yes, it took him like. I don't
Is
know,
it the only
5
move, or
seconds.
did you have Knight C3? I guess it is the only move because knight c3, e4, but like it takes a second to see that. I don't know. Maybe that's what he's thinking about.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay.
Actually,
All right. I like black here.
Not even sure if what I just said is correct. Let me think.
At first glance, I guess.
Yeah. He's kind of overextended.
It just looks like this knight is kind of lacking
Isn't
a
there
good
some
square.
universe where white wins a pawn on f4 or something, or I don't know. Like if it feels like kind of negative tension for black, because let's say like black isn't going to want to take on e3 because then white's going to take back with a piece. Then there's going to be a weak pawn on e5.
Right.
And he's not going to want to take on g3 because then white will play knight takes g3 and then knight e4, knight f5. Whereas white can take whenever he wants, however many times he wants.
So he did take. Does he want to bring the rook in? Rook d2, kick out this knight, probably rook e1.
But so I don't hate white's position though at all.
Oh, you're right. My camera switched when Justin muted himself. Let me fix that. Thanks.
Oh yeah, you have the yeah. This is.
It was correct, but the thing switched when he moved. Okay.
So I guess we're just gonna play the tournament and then they forfeit a board every time. It's gonna be really lame, but
that sucks.
Yep.
Okay. Let me fix this real quick.
Yeah, please switch me to the other thing. I'm
go.
definitely not the chess kid.
So we're looking at Sam versus Victor's game, Justin?
Oh, and of course
I
Victor...
still won't be doing commentary for a while.
Yeah, okay. Of course Victor doesn't have very much time, but Victor has a good position, though. I mean, I prefer Victor's position. I don't think that... I mean, I think that the most likely result would be a draw if they had time, but they don't have time, so... But that might mean... I mean, that works in Sam's favor, I guess, the chaos factor. Josh says, who's forfeiting? Just tuned in. What happened is there was a player on the team. Which team is that? Is it
on Saj's team?
Saj,
Board 4?
Saj. So with Isaac, Daniel, Herman, Victor, and well, that team. Their board 4 player just isn't here. So I guess they are going to forfeit because we don't know what else to do.
They are the top seed, though, so if
They
it
could
was going to
survive
happen to
it,
anybody, I guess...
yeah, but I mean, it's
not.
not by design. It's pretty unintentional, and I don't know. A bunch of people have been trying to get into contact with that guy and can't seem to do it. We don't know where he is. So we're just playing the tournament, but with that team basically.
With 3 boards, yeah, that sucks.
Let's see. Has Victor or any of them started? I'm trying.
Victor's playing. Victor and Sam are playing.
What is Victor's
I wonder
account
if he could
again?
have gone for
SMV 123.
Oh yeah.
And then once you take this pawn is weak.
Yeah, and I don't think. I mean, this is just now.
always
The thing
F2
is that this is just going to be like some time scramble. I mean, I think whatever's going to happen is going to be some kind of oops moment, or maybe they'll make a draw. Okay, they're going to make a draw. Unless, okay, maybe there's a knight f1.
I don't know if they're going to go for the draw here.
Victor could have tried knight f1, knight e3 to take the g pawn, but he can't do that anymore. So there's not a lot going on.
Okay. Do we see any other interesting games, Dennis?
I don't know what games are. Ooh, okay. Let me go see what games are going on. Okay, let me open up my thing. Okay, there's a Epiphany versus Philip. There's Nate versus Steven. I don't know. Where do you want to go?
Ooh, Alex McAllister versus David is what I want to go.
All right. So
that seems
David.
Interesting.
Which account is David playing on?
IHOP Appetizer.
Of course. All right.
We have some predictions by Daniel that Victor's going to draw every game.
Very possible.
Possible, yeah.
All right, I'm looking. I'm in the game.
So this is
I'm in the game. McAllister versus.
Clutcher won, right? I'm just catching up on results.
I think so. Here. We're gonna switch names.
I don't know what Skylar is talking about. Did we leave the game and something happened?
Victor is winning?
Yeah, he is. I don't know how he did that.
Wow. Let's go back. Let's see.
Oh, Sam went the wrong way with his king at some point, and then so the one thing you have to worry about is that your pawn on g4.
Let's switch because we were looking at it from this perspective. Wow.
Yeah, we left and he come back and Victor's winning. Well, okay, Sag has a I mean, that's terrible for Sam's team because they've been given this gift of the board 4 not showing up.
Sag definitely might still win this match, but the problem is they're definitely not gonna have a shot in the finals versus one of these other strong teams. I mean, I guess a small chance, but it'll be so hard.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you're only gonna get so many good games out of Victor. Apparently, this is one of them. You're already using them up here. So
it only takes 8.5 points to win a match, and I mean, there's going to be 4 points for free just by playing, Z Nation's team.
Is G5 winning? Yeah, I was wondering because if he takes with the bishop, you take back and then you go King E5, and it looks like you're promoting that pawn, right? So he can't take it.
I don't understand what Skylar is saying.
He played some random PSOD games with Mark at a wrong time control and wanted it to count or something.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
He doesn't even play.
It's typical Skylar.
He's not even on the team. I mean, what?
Yeah, exactly.
So what are
the average wouldn't even work.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. What are they thinking about getting a replacement? Are they allowed to get a replacement that fits
if it fits in the under 2100?
Are they still? Because the match is going. I mean,
I think it would still be able to happen. Yeah.
Well, how much longer? How much time do they have?
Until the next round starts.
Okay.
That's gonna be tough if they're playing their game, trying to find a replacement.
Yeah. Well, good luck. I mean.
Yeah. I mean, it's not.
All right, let's stick around to see that Victor actually wins this. He better.
Okay, so what is he gonna do? How does he make progress here?
Well, there's nothing to. I mean, you can move your knight around however you want because they can't take any. The pawns.
Even the knight, it looks like.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what you had that sort of penciled in anyway.
So again, he can't take. Because then he exchanges, and then he goes.
No, he can't take his king h6. I mean, the game is over.
So.
King h6 anyway.
King h6, he gets checked on e3, right?
Oh, then knight g5. But yeah, maybe I don't know.
Then knight g5. But do you make progress?
Everything wins, Victor. I can't believe Sam didn't draw the game.
Sam is going to be kicking himself after this game.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We were about to leave the game, but
yes.
Apparently.
Now F7.
I'm also covering another tab. I'm looking at the McAllister versus David
here.
Game.
Whoa! You didn't play F7.
Does it matter?
F7 check. He is down on time, but come on. All right, I guess he gets
Sam
it
has
anyway.
to go King H8.
Now he has it.
You can promote.
There we go.
Yeah,
okay.
That works. That's much
should
better.
Be mate.
That's much better. Okay.
So Victor won?
Victor has won, which is ridiculous.
I'm gonna go back to David and Alex McAllister.
Yeah, I was on David's game as well. Now, the quote about McAllister, of course, yesterday is that his USCF rating is 1980, but he's rated 2000, which it doesn't make sense, but Whoa,
okay,
it's really thundering outside. I don't know if you can hear that.
Yeah, I heard it.
Wow, yeah. Okay, so anyway, I don't know, position became sharp. David played g5 in some random position. That's kind of cool. I guess he wanted to take on g3? I don't understand.
Who do we?
I also should fill myself in on the teams here. Oh, I'm concerned for David's king, though.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looks like he
I just got caught up, yeah.
Oh, if he goes queen d7, queen f7, rook f7 check, and it's over. So you gotta be careful if you try to defend your c pawn on.
Hello, Joe.
So he can't defend this, so now he's gonna take it. Hey Joe, hey the Ghost of Banquo, how's it going?
So let me check. So this is McAllister versus David. David's team is already up 1-0. So this is sort of a winnable game for team.
All right, he's got to find it. He has some time, but not so much. He's gonna try to bring out the king maybe this way.
All right, let me see. I'm back. Let's see what I think. David's probably dead, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think David's gonna save this.
No, he's totally dead. I mean, there's no way.
Yeah, that works too.
But I've been wrong before. I mean, about predictions what was gonna happen. You know.
Okay, so he didn't go for that.
Rook.
All right, now he has this.
Rook
What is he doing?
Rook b7, queen b5.
Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
All right, let's see.
c5. Okay,
Next game.
David got killed. What the heck? I know David went kind of insane. He played g5 in some random position and it weakened his king a lot.
We have Daniel versus New Sam.
All right, we go into that.
Just started.
I'll find Daniel. Okay, I'm going. Wait a minute.
Never saw Mahan versus MCJGP win.
I'll check, but okay.
Whoa! It seems like Mahan won. He's saying in chat.
What?
Mahan won. I'm gonna have to check out that game.
I don't see in what chat.
Right
I don't see that in the chat anywhere.
Twitch chat. Oh, he did win. All right, let's see what happened.
Really?
Ah, he does say I won. Wow. All right, let's take a look.
Okay.
Okay. Bishop takes. So that's a huge
Volga
upset.
He says
huge
Volga
upset.
versus Benko. The Volga and the Benko are two names for the same.
So I think it's 3. So I think that means that it's 3-1.
Oh,
David's team got 3.
Oh, he got mated.
Oh, Epiphany versus Philip has ended.
So he had to
Wait,
give
what
up
are you-
material.
What are you saying?
No, okay, it must be. So you said we didn't
Wow.
see Epiphany versus Philip, so we were just checking to make sure. But yeah, okay, apparently Epiphany won.
We have Chris versus Isaac. Daniel versus Sam. I'm gonna go back to Daniel versus Sam. Looks like the closest game.
The meeting has been upgraded by the host and now includes unlimited minutes. Did you upgrade the
One
meeting?
thing went right today.
Love it. Nice.
Don't count on it happening again.
Has it been 40 minutes already? It's been 30 minutes. That's cool.
It hasn't been 40 minutes. About 40 minutes ago, you were messaging me saying I can't log into Zoom. So that was another.
I was so mad. Like everything was going wrong today.
Yeah.
This was the lumsiest match of all time.
Okay. So we have Bishop G4.
Oh, which game are you on, sir?
Daniel versus New Sam.
Okay, cool. I'm there.
And this is different team.
I'm gonna get caught up. Go through the opening. Accelerated Dragon. Knight G4 variation. Okay, I don't know anything about what New Sam plays, so if this is his thing, I didn't know.
Kind of messed it up. Young Guns.
Somebody messed it up. What?
No, I'm saying I did.
Oh, feels bad, man.
What am I doing? There we go. Okay.
So we should have 3 games going, right? Is Mark playing?
I think Mark got the bye there.
Mark is playing a game against Victor starting. Yeah, it's just started.
There we go.
Is that a
Mark's
pawn
playing.
that Sam just took?
Mark is playing a game against Victor. He did take a pawn. Daniel likes to sacrifice pawns, so I don't know.
Was that a
assume we're gonna
sacrifice?
See some kind of idea.
What's the comp?
I don't know. I mean, he can take on d4 and black will have the, it won't feel like black is up a pawn really.
Right.
But that doesn't seem intentional. You're right. That seems like.
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No. You can say what you
Joshua said his internet went down mid-game and he needed to switch to his phone versus Mahan, and that. That's not the reason he lost, but like he said, his internet is still down and he's playing from his phone now.
Okay, that sucks. Man, bad luck
in other
today.
words, the whole tournament is going great.
Oh, it's going fantastic.
Okay. So Sam decides not to go for the queen exchange. He wants to keep the queens on the board. Let's see what's going to happen now by Daniel. How does he get the pawn back? It doesn't seem like he can get it back anytime
I don't know that
soon.
you do. I mean, you want to go rook e1, but then they're going to take on e1. So maybe you try queen d2 first, then you want to set up rook e1 and knight e7. I don't know. That's the thing you think about. Yeah, so
He does go queen d2.
Stream sniping confirmed.
Nice.
No.
Yep.
So he's trying to play rook f to e1 and then try to go with knight e7. So now Sam has one move to get ready for that. I don't know what that could be. Maybe
it's a pretty simple threat, right?
Maybe
you should be able to see this.
Maybe, yeah, I know. Maybe you could maybe bishop e5. I don't know if f4. No, f4 might be a move.
Then you have to go back, and then he has rook e1.
There are a lot of ways that you could
here, and once you go back, they have that. All right. What about queen h4? Get the queen out of the way. Covers e7.
Yeah, I think that Sam needs to decide on one of these things and play the move because
he is getting low on time,
right?
Which is not what he wants to do against the high-grade player.
The more time is spent, the more I feel like Daniel has some kind of practical compensation for the sack.
Ooh. So
okay, well,
I was wondering about this move, but I think he's forgetting about e7.
Responds to our threat, though, or is he going to go? He's going to go queen h4 and then g3. I don't understand. Or I guess queen d8 is.
So he wants to c pawn, but now he has to move.
Then you take the pawn on d3. No, but he has to stop knight e7. I'm confused because isn't this just losing the d pawn at the end?
Yeah, he's giving back the pawn, so he has to go queen h4. Okay,
no,
this just allows it. Right?
He allowed knight e7, which probably will be played. I mean, is there any... Daniel's being very careful, which makes sense because he has time to be.
It doesn't seem like there's anything better. Just go for the exchange.
I don't know what's going on, but this doesn't... I think Black has made a mistake.
Isaac won, it looks like.
Okay, there it is. Yeah, so we're thinking he has to go queen h4 there, right? But then g3, you probably have to go to d8.
I mean, I don't know if he... That. Yeah, I guess he had to go... Right, I think he had to go queen h4 and then g3, queen d8, and then you lose the d3 pawn.
Right, exactly. D3 was not a good move because you just lose the pawn.
Well, maybe, I mean, at the very end of that, they could play like bishop takes b2, although I wouldn't be surprised if somehow there's that doesn't work.
Is he going to take on b2?
That you could try. You know, I think that's what Black was supposed to attempt to do. That didn't happen. So now I think Daniel has some good chances. And I like, from Daniel's standpoint, I like the fact that the pawn is no longer able to be defended by the bishop.
Right.
So there could be...
There's some ideas where you take on c4 and then there's a check in queen h6, but right now White has a back rank problem, so it wouldn't work. So maybe if he had bluffed or something.
Could have been a real upset chance, but now I kind of don't believe it. And it feels like a lot has happened, but the funny thing is we're only on move 20. I feel like
and the other match has also started, but we can finish these other games.
Okay. The time control is 5+3.
Yes.
Except when Skylar was playing, because then it's 3+3.
Just to go for this.
So there's queen h6, but queen g7. Okay, but queen h6 rook takes c1, I guess.
Yeah, if White didn't have this background problem, they could go for this, but...
yeah.
I'm thinking even if he had luffed like h6, there's always another check by the queen that could stop it. So, let's see. Let's say he had h6. Takes. Queen h6.
I like the Daniel time expenditure.
Actually, yeah, if he had h3, he would be good to go.
He can be as careful as he needs to be.
H3 would have been nice there if he had it. Everything would have worked out. Well, Skylar, you're not in team, so that game doesn't really count, right? 3+2.
Yeah, Skylar,
I think a 3+2 odds game should totally count.
Yeah, but involving a player not on the team, I don't understand why such a thing wouldn't be counted.
Yeah. Increasing the average, of course.
Yeah, well above the average, right.
Yeah, there's only 4 problems that I can think of.
Yeah, and the fact that I don't know what they're going to do in the future rounds because that might have been a one-time thing.
Are you guys watching Camel Clutcher's game?
Yes, so Sam is down
Why
a
didn't
second.
White play? So White just played rook e1. Why didn't they play rook takes c4, queen takes c4, and then queen h6, threatening mate?
Let me see.
That's what I was talking about.
We were looking. Okay, so we were looking at queen h6 right away. Takes.
But isn't rook c4, queen c4, queen h6 just mating?
Does he not want queen g7?
I think
no, with rook c4. Wait, what am I talking about? Rook after rook c4. That's not a thing. I don't know.
I think it did work.
Because the c1 square was still protected by the queen on h6, so I think it was just
we can't do that anymore now. The black defended the rook on c4, so.
I was worried about the back rank, but you're right. The queen on h6 covers c1, and then it just works.
Okay, well, what about rook c d1? Nah, then rook c2 maybe. I was thinking rook cd1. If rook cd1, rook c2, can we take on c2 and then play rook c1 at the end? Because otherwise, I might consider playing that move. This has gotten like super messy all of a sudden.
Yeah, very messy.
Daniel, I thought had
Wait, does he have rook c2?
Queen takes c2.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Your commentator doesn't get paid enough.
White's fine. Black still has a lot of pawns, but rook d2, get the d pawn.
You want a pawn from that, but
can't defend the d pawn.
Let's see.
But maybe you should try to break up the connected passers instead. Would you rather have the b7 pawn? Yeah, I think
he's trying.
Yeah. I like this better.
So rook a2 didn't work because they had bishop c5.
This is going to be a grind now. Like how is
f1?
Daniel's going to have to try to win this.
Why can't you just take on b7?
You can.
Okay, so takes. He wants to put his bishop there. Bring the king in.
Okay, this is still not going to be easy to win. Maybe.
How do you break that up? Even if you go for a sacrifice with the rook, the king can get to the white pawns, and then you might even be losing.
Well, that's one reason. See, that's one reason why I would have preferred us to take on b7 at the beginning. I don't know. Maybe they could put the bishop on b6 then, but still, it feels different. Okay. Well, anyway, let's go to the game. I don't want to go back.
McAllister blundered a piece, by the way, versus self-service. So Steven already won that game.
Oh, okay. But McAllister beat David earlier. Did you see that?
Yes.
So they got, like, he's already outperforming what his expected.
That makes the score 4-1, by the way, for the Nips team. I don't know what to call.
Wait a minute, what's going on here? Daniel we just traded a whole bunch of things. Daniel blundered. Bishop f2.
Oh, Daniel, huge blunder. Huge blunder by Daniel. Ooh, Horst. We got the first Horst of the day.
So that's a win for Sam. Huge win for Young Guns. They needed that.
The huge upset. Wow. Young Guns.
Well, but they just traded that. I mean, this match between the Young Guns, this is just, I can't understand anything that's happening.
Now it's 4-3 with Victor's game still going.
I'm going to go to Victor's game, and I'm going to add a score, because I did forget to do that.
I can't believe that. Daniel just totally threw in a position where he was playing for 2 results. Huge. He totally threw. That's pretty inexplicable. So they're giving he's okay. So Sag,
what's the score, Justin, for Young Guns versus Sag?
4-3 for Sag right now.
We should go to Mark versus Victor, right?
Yep. And it looks like David did just win versus Nate, so that's going to make the score, I think, like 5-1 or something crazy.
Titus says, can you see a reply of Camel Clutcher's blunder? I'm assuming that means replay, but we are busy on a new game. You can clip it, maybe?
I can show you quickly.
Sam says, we are going insane in the team call. There's a team call? I don't know, you giving each other advice? Look at us.
So we had this endgame, and Daniel took the pawn on d4.
No, he took the he played king. He played rook takes b6, and then king takes d4, and he put his pieces in a in a line.
So if Mark can win this, then the match will be tied.
Oh, I haven't even been looking at the. Whoa, this is not a very. See, I don't understand Victor's opening choice here. This E6, G6 is kind of bizarre. All right, fine. I'm scrolling through the game.
No, actually, what is the material?
Exchange
up. Yeah.
Exchange up. Which, as I have to explain to the DMV students constantly, is the difference between a rook and a minor piece.
So 4 to 3.
They don't always remember what an exchange means.
Isn't an exchange just a trade?
I put it at the end of session quiz, and somebody still said it was just traded pieces. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Come on, I can't give you credit for that.
Why not?
It's technically trading a piece for a piece.
All right, we did actually figure out what do we think is happening here. Is Mark just? Is there anything? I mean, Victor has this nice looking knight. It can't do much though. Someday is Mark going to play G4, like in the far off future, and then get some kind of attack with his heavy pieces?
Maybe he wants to try to open it up. I don't know. This bishop is just completely dead.
Titus says, I think Sam's team should be disqualified for the sketchy team call that they're doing.
Yeah, we can't monitor anything in that call. Queen C8, Jack, Queen C8!
Ooh, you're right. They have that call going on. Very sus.
Very sus.
Extremely sus.
Okay,
that's clearly the entire reason that Daniel lost, not because he made a one-move ridiculous blunder. And clearly, they're just cheating.
Ooh, I don't like exchanging on C1.
Why is Mark sitting here forever thinking after? Okay, fine.
Because now the rook has the open file. And remember, they can never take on D3 because this is
Victor's
check.
gonna lose this though.
Exactly.
So taking on C1 was
Queen
not.
H8,
I was not a
maybe?
fan of that.
Yeah.
Now the rook on D1 is very strong. The queen is coming in.
This bishop on D7 is clumsy. This game is over.
Nah, this is over.
So this should tie the match.
It looks like Mark has been beating Victor very often in every single match they've had.
Well, because Mark, the thing you can never say about Mark is that he doesn't care, but Victor
Queen
doesn't
E7. Then you just start pushing that H pawn.
Yeah, no, it just goes all the way.
At some point, you'll be able to sacrifice.
And there's literally nothing you can do about it. This is resignable already. Like, you can't move.
H5, you can't even play bishop E8, so it's just,
Take it with the pawn.
Now you can.
Z-Nation says in a message to me, I have returned. What's up?
Okay, well,
Discord message.
Victor is not resigning, so let's see if we can go to a different game.
Can you ask him if he's able to play the last 2 rounds?
I'll ask him.
Okay.
Philip versus Mahin. 3 versus 2.
I'm sending a message. He said, yeah, I would have bet $1 million it was tomorrow, which of course means tomorrow. We can't type
This is You Ain't Got No Nips versus Nippled Grabbers.
So he'll have to check the pairings in the spreadsheet. Do you need the spreadsheet link? Where is he exactly?
I'm in the spreadsheet. I'm messaging him in DMs. Okay, so let me see here. I'll just send this to him.
Philip very low on time, but I think he can hold this.
2 rounds left. Right?
I've seen Philip hold down upon endgames with 1 second plus 1 second increment. So I think he's got this.
Okay, Mark did win, so that match was tied.
Okay, wait. So can that match is tied, but that means who would Z-Nation be playing?
In round 3, he would be Black versus Chris, which is C. Rosano.
Okay. So
I'm going to post the round 3 pairings in Discord for that match.
What are the results, or what's this?
It's 4-4 now.
The Nipple Night Grabbers versus You Ain't Got No Nips.
And the time control is 5+3. I'm telling him all the information because he doesn't know what he's doing. Okay.
There we go. So, yep, I had faith in Philip to save this. Now it's just a draw.
So Z Nation is coming in, is that correct?
I don't know. I told him that he could, and he hasn't responded since then.
Gonna check Epiphany versus Josh. Josh is up 2 pawns, so it looks like he's winning. Okay. I think he should convert this pretty easily. The score versus the nipple knight grabbers and you ain't got no nips. Do you guys know? Actually,
sorry, I can't provide any commentary. I'm trying to message this guy.
Just let me know when you got the score.
Okay, wait. I'm supposed to. Oh, Justin's computing the score, and I'm trying to negotiate.
You were up 3-1 at the end.
What do you want, Brian?
The score versus the team. You ain't got no nips and the nipple knight grabbers.
Okay, it was 5-1. Then there was a draw between Philip, so 5.5, 1.5, and then there was a win for Josh. So I think it's 5.5, 2.5.
5.5.
Now Z Nation is offline. So now he's back. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so Mahin got a draw with Philip. And Joshua, I believe, beat Epiphany.
5.5 to 2.5. Okay. $5.5.
Okay, I guess
5.5, 2.5.
The thing is, I don't even know what account Z Nation would be playing on if he did.
Yeah, that's true, because his other account is closed.
These numbers are huge. He always closes his accounts. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
So this is
another thing. If you're going to close an account, I wish somebody would let me know about it, or let me know what account to put in the spreadsheet.
Yeah, but he doesn't. His accounts don't last long enough for him to tell you that in advance.
Oh my gosh, we got to start. We got to stop inviting him to these things.
Okay.
Well, we have. I mean, okay. Well, anyway, this is. He hasn't played in other ones, has he?
Ooh, Sam versus Isaac. I think will be.
I mean, he can play in anything that's like individual. That's fine with me. But like nothing where we are counting on him.
I can't. I sent him the information, and it says that he's now back online, but he doesn't respond to me, so I have no idea what his plan is. I messaged him all the stuff. I messaged him the link to the spreadsheet, and I told him who to challenge with what color and the time control, and he doesn't. He doesn't say anything, so I don't know what's going on. So, so the question is that match happening anyway? With just like right now is
yeah, games are in progress.
Okay, so all the other games are in progress. So like Daniel versus Mark is in progress. I mean,
let me see. It's Sam and Victor.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, they're playing. They're playing.
There's one game I'm not watching. Apparently, what would that be? Maybe.
I'm watching Isaac versus Sam right now.
Oh, that's the game I'm not watching. Okay.
Yeah, it was a rough loss, Josh. Your internet kind of, well, it didn't make you lose, but you know it can be kind of tilting.
we have some kind of like so the score updates are what? We have one match that's
yeah, 1 bar of cell data. That's gotta suck.
We have we have a tied match between Young Guns and Sag. That's what's going on.
We have a tied match now?
Apparently.
Okay. So
yeah, it's 4-4 in the other match, but with the 4, so I guess Andrew is still forfeiting, maybe. Andrew versus Chris, right? Yeah, so that would be a forfeit win for Young Guns. So Young Guns is actually up 5-4 then.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I can't. Right, he's not responding to me, so I think at this point forfeit him. I can't even.
There's no.
This could actually be a big upset. Young Guns might go to the finals after all. We'll see.
That's gonna be interesting to see. Actually, I wonder who's gonna come in clutch. Who's gonna choke? All right, Bishop E4 by Sam. Let's see. What's Isaac going to do about
I
this?
don't understand. Who thought that we were doing something on a Tuesday? We do nothing on Tuesdays. We just sit around and play Bughouse, some of us. I mean,
it's funny because like Isaac made a Discord for his group or whatever, and they've been like prepping and like taking everything super seriously.
Apparently one of them
like
wasn't.
the main information somehow avoided Z Nation. What day it was on? Unbelievable.
Unreal. I can't. I don't understand how it happens.
He said I could have. I would have bet $1 million it was tomorrow. Good thing he didn't.
Yeah.
Very unwise use of money. All right.
Even better. Takes your really structure.
I'm on Daniel versus Mark right now. Which now this is actually. I mean, this is interesting because of course remember one of these tournaments previously. We had like the same opening, and Mark played very quickly Queen C8, Bishop A6, and actually got a really good position against Daniel. It's interesting to me. I feel like Mark deviated. I think the last time they played, Mark played D5 on move 4 rather than C5. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's what happened because this seems like a totally different position. It almost looks like a C3 Sicilian type position from Daniel. This looks so much like it came from a C3 Sicilian, right? I mean, you got the hanging pawns, the bishop come into H6.
Yeah.
It looks like a C3 Sicilian where black played E6. Yeah, but it came from E4 B6. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, kind of transposed.
I don't think that either player really plays that opening at all with either color, so I don't know if that I don't know if the structural.
So Daniel does have Mark's number, but
I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, again, Daniel got killed in E4 B6 in one of the last individual ones.
Yeah, I was gonna say he does have his number on Lichess, the scoreboard, but in the previous tournaments, it's not so.
Yeah, well, let's see. I mean, these other games they played some 10-0. Yeah.
Okay, Bishop F8.
I guess, to be fair, you may have a point because the thing is when Mark beats somebody who's half decent, everyone knows about it. If Mark loses, nobody, So maybe that we remember the ones, the upsets. Maybe that's how it works.
Always, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, is he gonna go Bishop F4, or what's he gonna do about that bishop? Okay, he's gonna protect it. Queen H4. Does he have Knight G5 ideas?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's an idea that exists.
Knight G5 ideas. And then you can also, like, if you ignore, like, let's say you play something like this, you can just take on H7, right? And then there's a discovery attack if you take with the king. So I like white here.
Steven says he's challenged.
Looks good.
And they'll get everything underway. Yeah. This isn't a very E4 B6 type position, even if, I mean, that's not even necessarily a good thing anyway, but I don't think this is what Mark is going for. And white just has an initiative. I don't know. I mean, can you take and play Queen F8 or something really passive like that? Or I've no idea. Trying to come up with this can't be that bad for Mark, right? And there's got to be some. Okay, Bishop G7. So Knight G5 maybe. My point being that of course if you then take on H6, then you can't defend H7. What is his idea after Knight G5? Maybe the Bishop F6, but that doesn't. Okay, Knight G5 played, but then Bishop. Okay, Queen F8. I see. Which seems to be working. Maybe there's almost like Knight E4, Bishop H6, Knight F6 or something weird like that. I don't know. I don't know if Justin has some better idea.
Sorry, I was trying to get the other
okay,
match.
no problem. Yeah, maybe Mark could try like Knight E4 now.
Yeah, Knight E4 to F6 looks good.
Well, he also has the idea of Knight D6, although I guess
yes.
I don't know if that would do much.
That's annoying. How do you?
It looks very nice for white.
It looks nice for white, yeah.
He doesn't have that much time to think about it either.
Yeah, Mark avoided losing right away, but the position still looks like it kind of sucks for him. So
you probably have to move the rook, right? There's no way to really stop the knight coming into F6.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't. What do you do? Rook d8, rook ed8.
Oh, Victor versus Sam to you, sir. Can you guys look at that for a second?
Sure.
Yeah, let's go to that game.
Or Victor just played h4,
Wait,
and
what
there's
is
the threat of knight g3 check, which would be like really sick.
I don't understand the moveset.
Oh, he has it! Oh! Ooh! That's GG. Ouch.
That's a win for Victor.
Right on time. Wow.
In style.
That's a resignation there. Okay, so what's our score? Let me update that.
Yeah, let me update that. So with that win from Victor...
Sag is going to win this match, aren't they?
I think it's 5-5 now.
Sag is going to win this match, right? I mean, this is crazy.
Maybe. I mean, it's 5-5, and they still have a forfeit looming in the next round. So it's
yeah,
but
like I mean, but let's see the pairings in the next round: Mark versus Isaac, Sam versus. Okay, now Sam does have a good record against Daniel, I guess. But then you got Victor versus Chris, and I think Daniel's going to beat Mark in this game. So I mean, this is kind of crazy. They're going to do it anyway.
Oh, he played F5, so he gave up the
Justin was
exchange.
always kind of on the team that like he thought that could happen. He just was concerned about their chances in the final. So.
What's that? Sorry, what?
Well, Justin was always consistent that he thought that this could happen in the first round. He just thought it was the final.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Sag is good enough that they could win this match even with the forfeits, but definitely not versus the other two teams.
I think right now they're the favorite to win the match even with the forfeit, which is kind of cool, I guess.
That could be.
So Daniel has a plan here to bring the other rook into the game and start
or just win on time. I mean, Mark is just down 1,000 years. I mean, everything is good. I mean, you have like queen d4 maybe or something, because if you get to trade queens, then maybe you can take the e pawn.
Zomig is saying in chat that Justin should lower his camera.
Oh yeah, we're seeing. I'm looking at the stream thing. We're seeing his. we were seeing his glasses right above the chess kid thing.
Set up more.
Oh, that's a good shot. There you go.
So it's a posture thing.
Yeah, kind of is.
So again, Z Nation seemed to notice that I messaged him but didn't respond. So I don't know. He's probably not happy with himself.
Wait. Oh yeah, I was about to say rook takes e5.
That's pretty. I
was about to say. I promise.
I thought that the easy way for Daniel was just to play queen d4 and force a trade of queens.
I thought he. Okay, so here's what I was thinking. Takes.
Queen d5 though. Nice. But it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
This is better.
No, this is sick.
Because then the king just goes.
This is over.
That's game over
for Camel Clutcher.
Yeah, Sag is in really good shape.
Okay, so that makes the score 6-5 Sag.
I'm going to Philip versus Steven.
All right,
so Sag is winning 6-5,
trying
right?
To find the game.
Isaac's game is still in progress for the other match, by the way.
6-5 for Sag.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay. I'm on Philip's game. Are we doing that?
Yeah, that's the game I'm looking at.
Philip, unsurprisingly, started with an English. Philip plays like the most classical of openings all the time. So
are you guys going to watch the Isaac Sam game since that's almost finished before you go to the other match?
Oh, should we? We can take a look.
Well, the matches are kind of staggered, so we should probably finish this one since it's like in the late
All right, I'm
stages.
saying I'm on Isaac Sam.
Okay, it looks like Sam is actually
which is sharp.
up in exchange.
Oh shit!
Wait, he wins now on C8. Isaac blundered.
Dan set a trap.
Got him!
Oh, and so wait a second. That's actually going to get Young
It
Guns
is.
right
I didn't
back in
expect that at all. I didn't expect Sam to win that at all.
Wow. I was going to say that Sam has a tendency to beat Isaac in these events.
So now it's 6-6, and there's a forfeit. 7-6 Young Guns with the forfeit.
Okay, let me go.
And that changes a lot of things, because I didn't see that happening on now. Sam kind of redeems himself. Sam kind of redeems himself for throwing against Victor earlier. So Daniel says we're throwing for content. Yeah, fair enough. A player not showing up is for content.
They could still come back and win.
Oh yeah. And I mean, look, it's Isaac versus Mark. It's still the other matches are winnable. Sam versus Daniel, Victor. Now, I feel like Mark versus Isaac and Sam versus Daniel, these are two, like when Sam is saying that he and Mark had like a prep sesh, probably for these
Philip has
matchups.
resigned. Let's see. Let's look at Nate's game. We haven't checked him out.
Versus the Steven one. Man, that match has got to be a blowout right now. Let me see. What is the score? 6.5, 2.5, I think.
6.5? Okay. Let me update that.
Yeah, it looks like it's 6.5, 2.5.
Oh, jeez.
I really expected this to be a close match, actually.
Yeah.
Well, but the thing is, they can't even.
This is the disorganized team, though.
The grabbers can't even. They can't even rely on their board one necessarily because they have an internet issue. So they can't even. They even lost the game on board one, which they didn't expect to.
And this team had like no chemistry.
That was a big move.
It was like 4 players that just randomly.
And the thing is, there's a huge. The board fours are like. I don't even know if they're a wash. Maybe Spicy and Spag is better, but boards 2 and 3, there's a clear advantage for
David's team.
Yeah. So he needed. I mean, so that means that
Joshua had to carry hard.
Yeah, and he couldn't because his internet and whatever. So that pretty much screwed them.
Pretty much.
So
do you castle here if you're Epiphany?
I'm okay, but the last round also of the other one is
castles
is going. So any win by no, but hold on. What if we have a 7-6.
Okay. Which game am I not watching? Magenta.
I'm looking at Nate's game right now.
Okay, I guess I need to be watching Isaac.
So what would happen? I don't remember. What would happen if there's a tie? Oh, repeat round 4 pairing close reversed. Okay.
Right.
I scrolled down. Okay, cool.
Which again kind of like hurts Sag because they lose on a board.
Right.
And then there's the stupid rule that like David and Isaac wanted, where if we play round 4 pairings again and it's 2-2 again, then the team who's lower rated is supposed to be able to pick one board that they want to play a Armageddon game. So could Young Guns just theoretically choose that to be board 4? Since Z Nation can't show up.
Was that strategic? They were going to take out Z Nation so they could have that at their disposal. There's like a Tanya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan situation.
Well, you should ask Isaac if he still wants that rule, and you can tell him he can have it.
It seems unfair to change it. He's the one who wanted the rule instituted.
That's so funny. I didn't even think about that.
There's a lot that would have to happen first.
It is mentioned at the bottom of this thing, so I don't think that's going to happen. But okay, I'm watching Sam versus Daniel, which is kind of a key match.
Yeah, it looks like Epiphany's just converting up a piece versus Nate.
So again, with that match in particular, I guess I can't make this assumption because Isaac just lost. But from the standpoint of Sag, they're kind of penciling in Isaac is going to beat Mark, and then they need, and so they got a forfeit win, and so then what they need.
They need one of the other 2 games to go their way.
And Victor versus Chris is unlikely, but the Sam versus Daniel is definitely in play. So if Daniel beats Sam, it's very possible that this will go into a playoff reverse.
Victor versus Chris is unlikely for what?
I mean, Victor has white. He's already the stronger player.
He's likely to win. That's good for Sag. That's what they need.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, 2v2. This should end in a draw.
Oh, okay. But to be fair, you're right. So I was a little confused about one thing, which is the way. So hold on, Isaac. Honestly, I mean,
are you gonna say Sag is still favored down by a point? Just say it.
Well, yeah. I mean, Isaac's the favorite. Isaac's the favorite to beat Mark. Sam versus Daniel's a wash. Victor's a heavy favorite against Chris. So I mean, they just so. If the expected results happen on boards 1 and 3, then Daniel just needs to make a draw, or Daniel could lose and they still have a chance in a playoff.
Right? Exactly.
So yeah, I was doing some slightly incorrect math previously.
I feel like Victor is the big result that needs to go right.
Right, Victor's fully capable of putting together a really pathetic draw or something when his team needs him to win. So who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, Steven thinks that choosing white in the Armageddon game is a bigger advantage than choosing blue.
Interesting. I think it's 3-2 because they decided 5 versus 4 was too long or something. Yeah.
Wait, Steven thinks that choosing white, but I mean, what color? I mean, what difference does it make with what color when one of the players isn't going to show up?
Right.
Got him. Okay.
Let's see if they even think of that strategy.
This looks like a draw
I'm sure
to
they
me.
will.
Let's switch games.
I mean, the other thing is that
Another 2v2.
You're staking the odds that none of them are listening to this conversation. You know.
True.
Okay, so Daniel and Sam is a symmetrical pawn structure.
So yeah, I've been trying to look at
except for
the other
they're
matches
random pawns
games
on
a little
G4
bit
and
more.
H5.
But they
Okay,
seem
yeah.
drawish.
What do you want to look at? You want me to go somewhere?
They seem drawish. It's just 2v2 with rooks on the board. So let's go over to.
Why don't we
Young
take a
Guns
look at
versus
something we
Sedge.
were taking for granted, but just see if it actually happens? Let's go to maybe Isaac and Mark just to see what's
Okay,
happening.
and Joshua just beat David, by the way, so that match got a little closer.
Okay. So Mark versus Isaac. Isaac is playing super ambitiously.
Okay.
He's playing the modern Benoni, which is not normally a part of his repertoire, as far as I know. Mark did something incorrect already, though, in the opening. I mean, like by already, I mean like on move like 8 or 9. I mean, he's supposed to play. He's supposed to play H. You're not supposed to allow Bishop G4, Bishop takes F3 in this. There's a very famous Mikhail Tal game that shows that Black's probably doing well. So, let me go. I'm at the current position, Mark versus Isaac, and honestly, I think that I think Isaac has good activity. It'll take some effort, but
Where do you even put this queen?
Looks good.
It's not even clear.
It looks good for Isaac. I mean, this knight on D1 is kind of random. Bishop is nice. It looks good, and it's not. I mean, and the other thing is it's super. It's like imbalanced. There's a passed pawn. There's stuff happening.
Right.
So.
All the games from the other match are over, and David's team is up 8-4, so they just need a half point in the final round.
And let's see. Let me take a look at the final round matchups. Is there any
what's
chance
the score
of a
between
sweep
Young Guns and Sag? 7-6 still, or
7-6.
Okay.
So David's team just needs a half point. Well, I think between Philip versus David and Epiphany versus Alex, they're going to get at least a half point. So David's team is going to win. Those two they're not. I don't know that they're going to sweep those two matchups.
And what's
Although
that
Josh in the Discord, he says, "Yeah, let's go 4-0 sweep.
Yep.
Got this."
So that one's 8 to what? 8-4?
8-4.
Okay.
8-4. Oh, you've been updating the score. That's cool. Okay, I see. I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
But it only shows the only one
stream.
that shows up on the stream is Young Guns versus Sag right now. Brian.
Say what?
Well, on the stream, you're updating it? Are you trying to have it show on the stream?
Yeah, that's why I have to kind of like click a lot of buttons.
Right, but right now.
Are you toggling back and forth, or?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Brian,
sort of.
right now on the stream, the only score that shows up is Young Guns versus Sag.
Right, because that's we're looking at a game that's from.
Okay.
them.
Yeah, I got you.
That's why
I think when he looks at a game from the other matchup, then that score is going to show. I'm not sure.
Okay,
I have it switch it up.
Sure.
Yep.
I was making sure.
Um.
Isaac really wants Mark to blunder with.
We have a repetition there.
G4. He wants his F4 Bishop G4 would be fun. Well, but if Bishop G5 happens again, I mean, he can play.
He's not going to repeat.
You can go Queen H8.
So he's got to go Queen H8, which is kind of funny because you never want to play that.
Queen H8.
There are a lot of lines in the Accelerated Dragon where you put the Queen on H8, which is kind of weird. But I mean.
So now what? Maybe King G7.
I still think Black is fine.
King G7. Try to get the queen out.
Wait, you said King G7? Oh, you're trying to get the queen out that direction? I like being on the long diagonal. You can do stuff like this.
So you're just gonna leave the queen there and support the B pawn, I imagine. I guess in the future.
Is there some universe where Black moves the rook from C7 and then White misses Knight D3, like when the queen is, depending on where the queen goes? I don't know.
The queen's already getting kicked around.
Yeah, never mind. That was kind of a far off.
What happened to Sag, says Titus? Well, Isaac lost against Sam, so that was a big upset.
Yeah, there was a huge. We did not expect that. Isaac didn't hold up his.
He blundered his queen.
But if he doesn't know anything, probably the main thing to lead with is that they're forfeiting every single board 4 game.
Yeah.
But he's been in the chat for a while, so I think he knew that. Okay, I'm gonna check in briefly on Sam versus Daniel. The position's kind of sharp. Let me see.
Man, you can't even develop your knight to e3 because then you get hit by knight to d3.
Without doing any like calculation, I think that Daniel is probably the side I would prefer in the Sam
Maybe
versus
if you move
Daniel
this,
game.
then you get hit with it. So you gotta move your rook on c7.
So I'll go back to the one you're looking at.
You like which side?
I think I like Daniel because Sam's king is randomly on f2, and there's this open.
But I kind of like Chris's position versus Victor.
Okay.
I think Chris has a nice
Victor,
position.
yeah, you're right. There is always the chance that in a crucial game, Victor just will put up.
Hey, Chris is one to come in clutch sometimes, so
yeah, I can't just
can't
chalk
discard
it up to,
him.
Oh, if only that knight weren't. If I were like a rook instead of
h2 is almost mate.
Exactly.
So close, yet so far.
Yeah, not quite. But I mean, you're right. Maybe we should stay here for a second and see what happens. I mean, these bishops are pretty nice, but this is kind of a key game. Okay, I guess I'll pull up the other ones in other tabs. So, Brian,
do we put this bishop on d3? What's going on? What does Chris want to do? Oh, did you switch games?
No. I was just making sure you're on the one. You're on the.
Yeah, I'm with you guys.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna pull up the other two games in other tabs just to make sure if anything happens.
Yep.
Sounds good. He does have the bishop pair. He's got good amount of space, but he's getting lower on time now. Chris is not the best on time trouble. I can tell you that.
Neither is Victor, but you know.
But Victor's a little bit more experienced. That's the thing. So it comes down to that. When both players aren't so good.
I don't know. I remember when we had the Alliance versus Ansi match, I got him into some kind of time pressure, and there went his queen, so, you know.
Yeah, I remember that. That was funny. Okay. Queen f3 after bishop d3.
Oh, you're right, though. This time, Chris is just sitting there.
The reason I say it is because I played him at IHOP, and Chris is a good player, so... he gets into good positions, and I've seen him just crumble under time.
Well, but I will say, Brian, you know that can be different over the board and online. For example, I do that over the board. You know me, you put me a blitz over the board. It's totally,
that is true. That's a good point. It is different. Yeah.
Like over the board blitz, we have like an equal score. So you know it's a different beast.
Different one.
Depends on how much you get to play.
Speaking of over the board, I haven't touched a real board in so long. It's actually sad.
I have one at my desk, like right in front of me. So here's a bishop.
Oh, nice. Of course, you grab the bishop.
A lot of stuff just went down in Daniel versus Sam. Now Daniel has 2 rooks for Sam's queen, and somehow
that one's interesting.
I have no idea what I think is going on because they're going quickly. Probably somehow this will end up in a draw, but okay. Let's stick with Victor here.
Okay, this one.
That bishop it's.
White's king is very active in Daniel's game. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to Chris's game. Oh, a lot happened.
That bishop is entrenched into the position. Yeah, I have.
So we got some lines opening up.
There's
probably want to go king g7 here and reroute your rooks.
Which game are you guys on? Sorry, I was...
Victor.
Okay. Oh, Victor went down to 1.6 seconds.
Ooh,
he also just
blundered. And then he just blundered.
He also just blundered his queen. And he's going to blunder a rook, too. He just blundered everything. He just blundered everything.
Absolutely everything and the 19.
He blundered the entire... oh my goodness.
Ooh, he blundered the entire house, and he's just getting mated.
That's it, mate. Right there.
Well, okay.
Wow.
There's always...
He took the pawn. No respect. He's taking all of the pawns. Okay.
Nah.
Actually, he may have missed mate in 1. Maybe that's what happened.
Who cares?
I thought that disrespect was going on. That was going to be funny.
That's crazy.
Okay.
So that makes the score 8-6. They
so
cannot
Daniel
lose in
needs
regulation.
To win. Daniel
they just need another half point.
Daniel absolutely needs to win, which he did not.
Wait, there's a game that ended in a draw. It's a draw. Sam is a draw.
Oh, so 8.5 to 6.5 final score.
Victor choked.
There's going to be one other game.
There's still one game going, although
yeah,
Isaac's going to win this. Isaac's going to probably win this game.
Sag goes down. Top seed eliminated.
Well, it really
Wow.
Could
doesn't
not
help when one of
overcome.
0 points
true,
out of that
yeah.
board 4 is tough.
But credit to the other team because even from the start, we were saying like Sag are still the favorites, forfeiting.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were midway through the last round, the penultimate round. They were the favorites, and the thing that turned it around was Sam winning. That totally threw a monkey wrench into everything. They still had a decent chance to win this round, and Victor does not come through.
So yeah, 8.5, 7.5 final score.
Wow. Well, yeah. So Victor, no. So Mark wins, right? Mark wins.
All right, let me just.
Or not
switch
Mark.
around.
Mark loses. I mean, the Isaac wins against Mark. So we were on that. Wow. Okay.
So what's the score here in this?
That's at least good for you then, Justin,
match?
that we don't have to deal with like the finals happening where a player.
Yes. We can actually see all the games.
Yeah. I think that the MVP for Young Guns had to be Z Nation. He made sure every single round there was a point going their way.
What if he was like secretly working with Young Guns the
Again,
whole time?
I think they took him out. I think it was like a Nancy Kerrigan, Tanya. They made sure to.
They called him up. They were like, "Hey, man, listen, we'll pay you if you just forget that it's on Monday. Just say it's on Tuesday, and there's gonna be a nice check coming your way."
Meanwhile.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. This is a big upset. Victor not happy. Victor is a big part.
Yeah, Victor's not happy.
But Victor's a big part of the reason why that happened. I mean, he totally.
But that is true. That Sam win over Isaac. Isaac is just pointing it out. That was actually the difference in the match.
That was the whole thing. And again, if we were penciling it in like Isaac winning, if he had, then knowing what we know now, they would have won the match. But we didn't even think that Victor was going to lose. I mean,
yeah, Sam coming in clutch.
They would have won the match by multiple points according to our math. We were wrong, but we would have thought that the match would be over. And they all did kind of have their moments of throwing. We saw that game where Daniel threw when he was up the exchange in endgame. Now maybe he wouldn't have won anyway because Black had some pawns, but he just lost.
He should have never lost it. That's half a point that he wishes he had back.
So the entire Sag team kind of had every single round there was like a different player who threw except for Z Nation who didn't show up.
And it looks like Mahin is in trouble right now after Nate played Rook G6 attacking the G pawn. And I don't know what he's going to do about it.
So let me find the other game. Who's Mahin playing?
He's got to give up the pawn now.
Who's Mahin playing? I'm not at the game.
He's playing Nate Forians. And I was going to ask you guys, what's the score between the nippled Knight Grabbers and No Nips?
The score is 8-4 after 3 rounds.
Are all those games still going, though, or is there any...
Yes, they're all still going.
Okay. Oh, and some of them are pretty early, so I guess who knows what's going to happen.
8-4 still. Gotcha.
Oh, Knight takes G2, yeah. Let me check something.
Yeah, Nate's another player that can come in clutch. Ooh, so this is
allowing
Knight takes
They
E3.
need to sweep this round. Yeah.
Does he have anything better? So, Knight H4 check. You can even block, so you probably have to go Knight E3 if you want to win any stuff.
Which game are you watching, Brian?
I'm watching Nate
looks
versus Mahin. Actually, here,
Joshua
and then
has
there's
beaten
this.
self-service, so the dream is still alive of a comeback.
So here, he has to go here. Yeah, I don't know. So he goes for this one.
Oh, but there's a draw. Epiphany made a draw to clinch the match.
Wow. That sucks.
Wait, how did... is there a repetition?
Sucks for them.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I don't know why Nate didn't go for Knight takes E3 when.
Do you think does McAllister know the match situation? I mean, is that maybe he wouldn't have gone for it if he knew the situation?
I doubt it. I doubt he knows.
Right.
So the finals will definitely be You Ain't Got No Nips versus Young Guns.
Right. That's going to be a good match. Ooh, so we're gonna have this. Wait, he just blundered the rook. I forgot that it's pinned. Okay,
You stupid.
that's a huge comeback by Mahin. Oh my goodness. So now he has to take this, but he's just down material. I'm not even paying attention. Wow.
Yeah.
What a choke by Nate.
I'm not.
Rook h6.
What happened?
He was doing well, and then he just gave up an entire rook for free. Now he's down a piece.
Oh, yeah. Rook h6. He thought he was pinning the queen, and he just blundered a free rook.
Yeah, I didn't even notice it was pinned. I'm kind of distracted right now, checking out what's going on.
Yeah, same.
What a comeback. Nate's gonna be furious about that one. That one sucks. Okay, let's go to Philip's game. Looks like Philip just sacrificed on h7. He's winning his material back. Or is he? Yeah, there's a check. So this is check, but he also has to be careful about this. Mate on h2. Well, you kind of have to... I would just take and then think later, right? It's huge, because you can't even play this, because there's mate on h1. David offered a draw. Philip rejected instantly.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't. At this point, it doesn't matter. David can do whatever he wants.
So what's the final score? 8.5 to 4.5?
Well, the score is 8.5, 5.5. That won't be the final score, but that's the current score.
Okay. Okay, there we go. Updated.
Is there I should know this, I guess, although I'm not a player. Is there a specific time when the final's supposed to start, or is it just going to start instantly after this?
It was supposed to start at 8:40.
And that's reasonably well scheduled. You can do that.
So it's even in material now, surprisingly. Philip goes for the queen exchange. He is down to 28 seconds. Queen g3. David does not want a queen exchange. Because David's bishops are really good. So maybe he wants to go for an attack, if he can. Something like this. Just gotta be careful about this pawn on e6.
In the spreadsheet now, you guys can only see one tab, right? The Nips versus Young Guns.
Let me go there.
Because I used to have a lot of finals scenarios, but now there should only be one, I think.
Okay, I wasn't on the final thing anyway, but yep, I'm seeing that right now.
I hid the other sheet, so just wanted to make sure it worked.
Okay.
This is the last game.
Who won? Looks like Spicy Indian Swag beat Nate, so that is another point for that team.
Yeah, huge choke by Nate there. I don't know if it's luck, Mahin. It's you know, you can call it luck if it only happens once, but you've been...
Yeah, Mahin is crushing, I feel like. So we're just waiting on David and Philip to finish, I guess.
Yep. There's still a lot of play to go in this game, I think.
Yep. Even material, but Philip's down on time.
I think that's gonna kill him. Oh, finally somebody complimented my background. Thank you, Epiphany. Yeah, I'm at IHOP.
Oh, yeah. Is that our IHOP?
That's
nice.
Our IHOP. Yes.
Did you take that picture?
I did not take that picture.
No.
I just googled it.
That is our IHOP.
Nice. I wasn't even really checking out the stream.
I missed that. I missed being able to go to the IHOP.
As soon as I mentioned it, though, my green screen's kind of getting messed up.
It is kind of glitching in and out, but that's okay. Even if you're glitching around, you know, it's a good background to have.
Let me try to fix that. It's annoying.
Face is shimmering.
Okay, that's better, I think. Kind of moving. Yeah.
Setting sun, I don't know.
Alright, so Philip hanging in there with 8 seconds. It's kind of sharp now. Both kings kind of Okay, so he goes king f2, protecting his g3 pawn. Are there any ideas with these sacrifices? No, it doesn't seem like it goes anywhere.
I feel like White's position is pretty solid.
Pretty solid, right? There's no good entry point. But yeah, I think David's gonna try to win this game.
And what's that you say in the Discord? Sag is trying to figure out the like what happened to their player.
Yeah, he said he was in the shower. What?
Sag in shambles.
So they're pointing out that Z Nation made a post on another Discord recently. So he's not like, maybe he went to like invisible mode or something, but he's not.
Oh yeah, it's Bishop D7 before Knight F5 Theory in another channel.
Like he's just talking to other people.
Wow, no fucks given, guys. Z Nation out here.
Well, they named their team Sag, and you know.
They're feeling pretty sad right now. I'll tell you that much.
Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong for Sag. Pretty much. I mean, there was we did see Sam throw a game early against Victor,
but he made it up with the
right after that. That was
game.
kind of a crazy situation. But other than that, yeah.
Philip actually won an exchange now, by the way.
Yeah, after Bishop H3, he was winning the knight, so he had to go for Rook H3.
He's just kind of living off the increment, like.
Can't wait for Z Nation to give an explanation.
I gotta say, Philip does really well when he's under time trouble. Okay, so this attacks the H3.
Pretty clutch.
H3 Rook.
He's always been like that. Well, the thing is, he's like Greasechook. He's in time pressure every game, so
he's used
to it.
Right. He's in time pressure in games where nothing happens. You know, games where nothing happens, where maybe one of us would make decisions quickly and not waste time. He's still in time pressure in those games because that's just what he does, and it freaks out. I mean, sometimes it can freak out the opponent. They think that they're doing better than they are because they don't realize that he's used to it. So it can work in his favor sometimes.
Right.
People think it'll be really easy to win some position, and then he puts up a lot of resistance in the
Knight takes F. Oh no, you can't play Knight takes F4 because of Rook takes. Or no, wait, you can and take with the bishop.
Takes. So you just got out of the way.
What? King F1.
Was it?
Knight takes E2.
I don't know what's going on here.
What? What just happened? Was that a mouse slip? Okay, his queen was just.
Knight takes E2 would have won the exchange at least.
Okay. H1 is covered.
David should be able to figure that out. I'm confused.
Wait, why couldn't you go to G1?
Oh, well, you can still. I mean.
Okay. Oh, that should hurt.
I don't know, bro.
Or wait.
This is what is going on.
Queen H4?
That's
Queen
mate.
3. Yeah. Mate for David. Wow.
Philip.
Ooh, and that just kind of puts an exclamation point on that match.
So final score
5.5.
Well, right, you know what, Justin? I mean, this match was a blowout, and the other match may have been a blowout if not for Victor and Isaac throwing and one of their players not showing up at all. But you got a really competitive match because of somebody not showing up. So because they could have both been like this. I mean,
it did come down to the wire, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's not the... I mean, I would still rather have people show up, though.
Oh, yeah. And people not asking, like, hi, I'm here. What am I doing? Where am I going?
Right.
All right. Got the finals going.
Yeah, I like that. I like that last one that Victor posted. Yeah.
My green screen's being annoying. I think it's because there's no light. Aha. Fixed by flick of a switch.
Oh, is your green screen better? Whoa, your green screen's a lot better, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I forgot it was already. It's almost 9 p.m. and there's still kind of crazy. A little bit of sunlight. So
yeah. After this, I have like no food, so I might go to the store and get some stuff. But it's I had to make the decision if I want to do that before this or want to do it afterwards, and I thought, you know what, doing it late at night, there's nobody there. So,
guys, let's talk about an IHOP comeback. When are we? Or the day we do go back to IHOP, we must have some sort of like celebration or something, like a tournament. Because it's been a while.
To IHOP to find like, what do you mean we? Like Victor's been there. Some people have been
I think it's only been Victor, Sam, and Chris.
Okay, all the games have started.
Okay, well,
But once we get the entire gang there, we should have some sort of event.
Quiet Enemy is marked, yes, Spicy Indian Swag.
All right, I'm hoping for a somewhat competitive finals here.
Yeah, I don't
We'll
think...
see.
I think that... Look, it's going to be a tall order for
It is.
the underdogs to even have half the score.
It has to start here. Like, Sam needs a whole point versus Epiphany.
Sam is playing a true hippo. I mean, this is a real animal here.
He doesn't want to get into
which I don't know
theory
why.
battle
I
with
mean,
Epiphany.
I don't know why he feels the need to do that. Now, my
Is he,
feeling,
like, afraid?
I don't know if you think this way, Justin, but I feel like the hippo is the sort of a sort of true hippo like this probably works best if white has knights on f3 and c3, because then they don't have like f4, f5 or c4, c5 as breaks.
Right.
But here, I feel like someday Epiphany could play for f5, and it could be a problem for Sam. So personally,
that makes sense.
There's a
I'm not
4.
a fan of this strategy.
I've never seen Sam really play the hippo. Is this like part of his actual repertoire?
I mean, he plays
I wonder if he
G6.
practiced
Is this setup?
I've seen there are some setups within his modern thing where he plays for e6, but I didn't know that he played this 5h6 is the first thing that kind of gets me, and then I don't know. Yeah, he like there are a lot of situations where you kind of go into it, but I never. This is like full hippo. This is true
Now e4 is hanging though, and also knight g4 would take the dark square bishop.
So let's think. Well, so the thing is though, there are some. I mean, with the pawns
So
on
if bishop
f4 and
d3,
d4,
knight
it might
g4.
not be the end of the world. Oh, bishop d. Okay, knight g3. Well, knight g3 supports f5. That makes some sense.
Yeah.
So you can try knight g4. In fact, you probably might as well, because I figure that with less space, you might as well try to get some kind of positive thing going. Maybe you might as well.
Is it trouble though if white plays like f5 after knight g4?
Maybe, I don't know. I guess that's the life of the commentator. You can suggest ideas. You don't have to calculate anything because you're not playing.
Yeah,
So
we're just here to observe.
Sam has to calculate that for himself and figure it out.
And then we don't have to jump to this game, but we have a queen sacrifice for a few pieces by self-service. So we've got a material imbalance.
Well, Sam is kind of tanking.
Well, I kind of want to switch to it now.
Yeah. Well, you guys want to look at that? Sam is kind of tanking here.
Let's see.
What actually happened? Let me back up.
We have a Sicilian. We have a Taimanov. Oh, yeah. This is a theoretical sacrifice. In fact, I think I have a book that talks about this variation. Yeah. This
is like a real theoretical line?
Yeah, and I think black is supposed to be fine.
Okay.
For sure.
Interesting.
And actually, it means that so you get let's see, so maybe 5.
Wow. Theory.
Yeah, bishop e3, a6.
Titus, I think it works
bishop
without
e6.
the exclamation mark. I wonder if new Sam knows that this is theory.
I don't know. I could find the book. I can see if they're still in theory or not. You want me to go do that? I don't know. Well, you see, the thing is, it's all. I mean, you can. Look
I think
up,
it would take too long.
You can look up online.
Oh, Sam played this against Victor, so he does know it.
Okay.
Definitely knows it.
Oh, Sam with white played this versus Victor? Okay.
Oh, this is the game where Victor played knight g3, mating him on h1. I remember. Okay. So there's already. I mean, the ideas are there again.
Wow. Epiphany's game is really like heating up too. I have no idea what's happening.
Let's go back to that game.
There was like a fork trick by Sam, and then Epiphany just played f5 and ignored everything. Sam took that also.
And now she's thinking.
All right, I'm going back. What's going on here? Sam is.
I feel like
Epiphany is sacking stuff or what? Or no?
Well, first Sam.
I
sort
see.
of like did a fork trick almost, and then white played f5, but black just took that. I feel like maybe Sam's going to be okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I like this for white anymore.
Yeah. I feel like now she's just going backwards and retreating with everything.
Bishop on b7 looking nice now.
I think I like black now, actually.
No opposition for that bishop.
Well, but here would be a little bit of a counter argument, which is it's hard to castle. I mean, what are you doing with your king?
I was just gonna play king f8 and chill for a while.
Okay. Yeah, what did we did something wrong here?
Hard to break through this. Like black has a massive pawns,
and he has up 2 pawns now.
Yeah, 2 pawns up.
Well, Sam did come in clutch for his team, beating Isaac. So, if he can beat Isaac, he can beat anybody.
Well, I think that I'm kind of cursed as a commentator. When I declare, something about the position, then at that point the other person starts misplaying it. So,
commentator's cursed. I don't think it's just you.
Something big just happened in Mahin's game. Oh, his queen got trapped on d5 versus Mark, so he had to sacrifice it for only a knight. So Mark is completely winning.
Okay. Oh.
Oh wow.
Well, all right. So maybe they can. Maybe the let's see here. Maybe the young guns can have like an even score through 1 round if Sam wins and Mark wins.
Through 1 round, right? Yeah, this was the game that Mark was supposed to win for sure. Anyway,
yeah.
So.
Right. And Sam could beat Epiphany. I mean, Sam is good at blitz. I mean,
so let's stay on that Epiphany game, I think, unless there's something better.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I guess I'll briefly. I'm going to check in on what's happening in David's game, but
self-service looks like he's really good now versus Sammy's going to win an exchange. Right. And David's game is the most boring of the 4, I would say.
Oh yeah, this is.
Okay, Sam tucked his king on h7. It looks pretty good.
Pretty safe. Let me add scores again.
David's game is pretty boring. Okay.
Ooh, Mark finds another tactic, and that makes Mahin resign. So 1-0 for Young Guns.
Well, all right.
Will this be their only lead in the match? That's the question.
Well, they may extend it to 2-0 if Sam wins before something else happens. But I guess that's not going to. Steven's going to win first, right? So.
Yeah, probably so.
Okay, Sam is trying to win the bishop pair with knight e3. Epiphany doesn't care because she wants to go h5.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This position. The thing is, if I saw this position in a tournament game, I would think that Sam is just killing it. So you got to comp with some craziness. No, there's no. I mean,
Black just has so many pawns around their king.
Okay, so I updated the score. We got 1 for Young Gun, 0 for You Ain't Got No Nips. And it's looking good for Sam, so we might see a 2-0 lead.
Yeah? Okay.
If Young Guns wins, by the way, I think that this is like one of the most shocking results I've ever seen.
In anything? Yeah.
Yeah. Because like I thought that they were just going to get demolished.
They were the lowest seed. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean...
The fact that one of their matches is not a true victory per se is like definitely... I probably was over-exaggerating. Oh no, what happened? Oh, Chris and David, Chris just got his bishop trapped on h7 and lost.
Alright, so
that actually ties the match already.
Ties the match, okay.
I thought that White was drawing that, but I guess...
Yeah, that's a big half point that they threw away there.
1-1?
David was real sneaky about it too. Like the White, so on move 32, White played bishop g8, and I think that Chris was expecting knight f6, and then maybe he was thinking it could make a draw. And David played h6, which made Chris think about maybe I go take that pawn, and then king f7, then game over.
Honestly, there was nothing fancy though after bishop h7. I guess he just completely missed king f7.
Oh, yeah, guys, we got a big raid from Mannered Monkey. 43 viewers.
Cool. Oh, Mannered Monkey, thanks, man.
Thank you, Eric. We got an intense matchup going on over here.
Mod should shout him out.
Yeah, I can try that. Is it SO, Brian?
Yo, thanks, Boza, for the follow.
Here we go.
Okay, we got 95. Sam is getting low on time, though, but we do have that increment.
Yes.
5 + 3 is the time control.
Feels bad, man.
We have Chris in the chat saying he missed King F7.
Missed King F7, right.
Yeah.
So you probably expected Knight F6, and then you just...
No, God!
Oh, Knight F6!
No, God!
Oh, that's
Knight F6!
No!
Sam did blunder.
Oh no!
Oh,
Good
you
blunder.
hate to see it.
No! Oh no!
Oh, the choke.
He thought it was only attacking his rook on e3.
Well, as we said, I guess...
I mean, that's just killing it. Knight D5 was a killer.
Is
That
there
might
any...
single-handedly just like lose the match for Young Guns. I mean, they needed this.
Right, we said
Wow.
when Brian was away, we were talking about what needed to happen for Young Guns. We didn't really have any suggestions. I mean, Young Guns is pretty screwed, but the one thing is Sam needs to go off because he's this, the blitz specialist.
that hurts.
He's gonna lose, so that doesn't help.
And he had such a good game too. That's very
He
unfortunate.
did. I think Epiphany got a good position right out of the opening. Then she misplayed it quickly. Sam got a great position, and then lost his queen.
You Ain't Got No Nips is composed by David, Self-Service, Steven. We have Epiphany and Mahin, Spicy Indian Swag.
Eric is
I
appreciative
don't remember
of
what
the
the
team.
average rating is. It's like 2080 something?
I can link to the spreadsheet. Let me.
But yeah, this
Yeah.
game is not looking good for Sam. Unfortunately, after that blunder on f6. So I guess we have to blockade with the queen, right? And now this is also hanging.
Sam is trying.
Do we have any other games going on? Sam is playing
Steven is
versus
still playing.
Steven.
Yeah, there's 2 games remaining.
And it's 2 rooks versus a queen.
We should watch that game for sure since Epiphany's up so much.
Yep, I switched.
Okay.
Does Sam have mate? Wait, what's going on? Can you guys check that game so I don't have to switch back?
I don't think so. He's trying for some kind of rook lift over to the H file, but I don't think it's going to work because G3, there's going to be King G2.
There's always
Wait,
king
what game are you
G2.
talking about?
I don't know. I think that...
When you said Sam, I thought you meant castles.
It looks like he's safe.
Eric was trying to come up with some ideas for how Sam can make a trick, like Sam Chang,
Yep.
but it's not working. It's not quite happening.
Yeah, the
Right.
king hides on G2. Thanks for the follow, Clumsy Rick. And thanks for the follow. I missed one. Okay, tested. Thank you.
108 followers. Well, actually, more than that. Probably I should refresh the page. Or more than you. Over 100 followers. Right?
Steven's just going to double rooks on the D file. I expect rook DD2, and then
Right, because then he can't take on H4.
yeah. Okay, he does it.
He
this
goes
way.
here first, and then he's
more
more
accurate.
Yeah, thanks for the follow. ESCR Limitless.
Wow. So now can Black just win with rook takes G2? Can you win that endgame?
Let's see.
Oh wait a
Technique.
minute. Xene
The thing
has
is-
shown up. in the thing.
Well,
A little bit
They're
too
not
late
there.
there. Alright, I want to know if Epiphany won her game yet. It's queen versus rook, but no, yeah. Okay, Sam has resigned. Wow, Sam is going to be kicking himself after that one. That one hurts. He had that game.
Sam resigns. Okay, so that is 2-1 in favor of You Ain't Got No Nips.
2-1. Let's update that score.
Remaining game is Steven.
Yep, and he's gonna.
Steven is
win.
winning. What the? Does he not think he's winning? It's weird.
Well, F4 King E4.
Oh yeah,
I think
yeah.
was the
Never mind.
problem.
Gotta
I
triangulate to
guess
get
he's
there.
trying to get the opposition back.
Yeah, he just has to be able to go to the other side.
No, he's going to go here.
I got you. Okay.
Once he gets to G3, it's over.
Yep.
That pawn's going to fall. And next move, he's going to get there. So
Josh
it's
says that he
looking
thinks
it's looking
that
like 3 to
there was
1.
he thinks there was a moment maybe when White was having drawing chances. Well, obviously not now because he's been down 2-1.
Yeah.
Or that. Okay, that's another way to do things.
F2.
He's
don't permit
trying.
his
Yeah, he's trying, but there, King E1 stops it. There you go. He had to think about it a little bit there. He didn't want any surprises.
This is funny. Okay, he finally takes the pawn, so he doesn't have to deal with that anymore. Just play queen g3, queen g4.
He's like he's really taking his time here, so he doesn't mess it up.
Okay.
All right, 3-1.
3-1.
It could have been 2-2 there.
Could have been.
I don't know.
Looks like David's game has started versus Sam.
All right, I'm there. I'm looking at David versus.
Yep, we have
Sam,
Sicilian.
Sam to you, sir.
I think all the games have started now. Yes.
Now, David is interesting that he didn't take on c6. I guess I don't know if this is his thing.
We have Eric talking some smack about Mark. That's a classic right there. We appreciate those.
You know, the sad thing, Mannered Monkey, is that Mark is their board 1.
Oh yeah, because Sam is no longer.
Mark
21.
is their board 1.
Sam
so
went down.
they're totally screwed.
I mean, honestly, they're already like farther in the tournament than we expected, so I can't hate on them too much.
Well, they're farther in the tournament than we expected because their opponent in the previous round, the board 4 of their opponent didn't show up, so they got 4 free points.
Right. But then they also like pulled off some nice upsets to.
They did, right? They almost lost anyway.
Yeah, Sam came in clutch with that winning over Isaac.
Yeah, I guess there are two ways of looking at it, right?
So-
You can say they came in clutch. Or you could say even though they got spotted 4 points, they also almost lost anyway. So they're two.
It just shows how like you know
how their team had
big of an
no chance.
underdog they were.
Yeah, how their team was not.
I mean, yeah, they had the
well
lowest.
constructed.
They have the lowest average of all the teams.
By a lot too.
What is it? It's more than 50 points, right?
Let me see. Their
Well,
average
they
is
don't even have any. I
1970.
mean, they don't have any players above 2200.
1970 average.
They don't have any players above 2100. So.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's assuming that Chris is 2000, which he could very well be lower.
Exactly. That is right. That's like helping their average a lot, giving Chris 2000.
Yeah.
And they don't want to help their average. They'd rather have
that kind of sucks. Yeah.
Really underrated. Yeah, that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
All right. So do we want to switch games? I think we should switch games. Let's go to Epiphany versus.
Okay.
Mark.
Yeah, I didn't know that David played with c3 and d4 here, but
A lot of same piece placement. So we have the H pawn versus Epiphany. Let's see.
Let me get there. I'm here.
Rook pawn run.
Epiphany wasn't okay. So we had.
You got
Did
H4
Epiphany
master
prep for
coming
this?
at it.
She's up on time. Probably not. This is.
I doubt it.
Well, but if you really know Mark, you would prep for h4.
Yeah, I'm just saying I doubt it because most people like showed up to the match wondering like where pairings even were.
Well,
so it doesn't seem...
I guess Epiphany. Well, no, I guess the real thing is they didn't expect to play Mark's team in the final.
Yeah.
So that's probably part of it.
Yeah, there's no way Epiphany prepped for H4. That's like the last thing she could have possibly prepped for.
When I played Mark, I was ready for his H pawn run.
Well, you're diligent. You put in the effort before the matches.
Plus, you know him IRL and stuff, so you kind of know what he's gonna go for. But it does seem like Epiphany is tanking right now, as she doesn't know. I guess she's trying to figure out where she wants to put her pieces. And where does she want to put her pieces?
Yeah, this is a very long think.
The H pawn is annoying for her, I guess. So she goes for E5. I guess the other option was E6, but then both of your bishops are kind of...
Titus doesn't know Mark that well because he is saying, whoa, Mark's H pawn went off. He doesn't...
Yeah, as you can see, we're not surprised about that.
He doesn't know. Pepe laughed.
He doesn't know. He is called the H4 master.
Well, he's the H4 master or he's the quiet NM. And of those 4 things, H4 master and quiet NM, he's like one of those. He embodies H4.
To be honest, I was expecting Mark to go for B3 against Epiphany.
Whoa.
But Epiphany
one
knew
game
that.
just finished.
Whoa, what game finished? Was it David's game?
Looks like...
No, David's still
Looks
going.
like Chris Rosano got his knight on A5 trapped by Steven. So Steven just won a free piece on move 17.
So that's 4-1.
Well, that's not an upset. But yeah.
We kind of knew where that result was going.
Well, you never know. I mean, Chris did beat Victor, but yeah, it's not.
Yep, so that's 4-1.
I think that's what you're supposed to do, Titus. I feel like at IHOP we kind of analyzed with him, and he said that you're not supposed to let that pawn get to h6. I'm not sure if you're supposed to play h6 yourself, but I think that's one of the ideas. Bishop e5. So let's see what other games we have. We have Sam versus Mahin. Sam is up a pawn.
Yep.
Trying to figure out what's going on here. He just played f5. It's looking good for Sam.
Wait a second, David's up a piece. When did that happen? Oh wow. Sam Castles played knight takes b3, and he missed e takes f6 instead, attacking.
Oh, attacking the bishop. Oh no.
That's just a free piece up for David.
Oh, that's not good. Well, I think this match is almost close to over then.
This is turning into like a 13-3 or 14-2
I don't think that
I
think that maybe my 10.5 was not enough. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm thinking my 11 wasn't enough now.
And I was saying, like, you guys are killing them. Like, you got to give them more credit than that. But it looks like it's going really bad for them, for the young guns.
Yep, this is rough.
Titus says my 16-0 wasn't a terrible guess. Well, they did. There was one. So Young Guns does have 1 point.
That's true. They've already proved Titus wrong.
Although it could be the closest guess if they don't score any more
Maybe.
points. Alright, Epiphany does have a strong center right now.
Mahin does seem like he's going to probably lose to
Sam.
Sam. Sam's position looks pretty dangerous. Well, maybe Sam will blunder with king h1 and allow queen takes h3 check.
And even then,
exactly.
g7 is scary. Yeah, I mean, it looks like Mahin might lose. He's down a pawn. There's an attack on g7. Sam is down. Sam Castles is down a piece versus David.
Epiphany's game is probably
Steven won his game.
the most interesting.
And Epiphany's the only one that has an interesting game right now that's competitive.
I kind of like what Epiphany did. I feel like even though her queen side is a little open.
Yeah, strong grip in the center.
Position.
The bishop can come to b4 as well, right?
Yeah.
And Mark's not that developed.
Bishop b4 is a big threat. You can't even really stop it with a3. He'll just do it anyway.
Yeah. So he's taking on d5. He probably wants knight ge2. Kind of reinforce that knight on c3, but there's... What is she thinking? She's not going to take that back with the pawn? Okay. She did. What are the ideas here for white?
And Sam Castles did blunder his queen also versus David, so David has finished that game.
Did he win?
That makes the score
officially?
5-1.
Okay,
Yeah.
5-1. Dennis, you've been quiet for a while. Tell me what you think about the plans for white, I guess, in Mark's game.
I don't know. I'm flipping through different games, so I don't know. Which are we in the Mark game?
Yeah, I don't know what he wants to do here. Like, his knight is on g1 still. How does he develop?
I don't know. He doesn't like to develop his pieces. Just throw the pawns down the board.
All that matters is the
By the way.
Mahin lost?
Yep, so that makes it 5-2.
Oh, okay. We like seeing some
Steven and Daniel.
bigger numbers for young guns.
Bishop b4 now for Epiphany, maybe?
That develops a piece, protects your queen.
Keeps the pin.
Yeah.
Keeps the pin. Mahin is getting steamrolled, he said. Well, he did have some good results earlier. He beat Josh.
Yeah, he had an awesome semifinals.
And you don't have
So
to. I
he
mean,
can-
from Mahin's standpoint, he doesn't like. He's not being asked to do that much in this.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you can lose some games. Like,
Yeah. Basically anything besides like 0 out of 4 is helping a lot.
you probably could win the match even if you get 0 out of 4. But
Bishop b4 check
Yeah.
is annoying.
I shouldn't say that. But you know,
Yeah, Mark has to move his king. He can't play c3.
Yeah.
no, I can't.
This is just looking good for Epiphany now.
Yeah,
Really good.
there are a lot of things you could do. You could go knight d5 with or without taking. You could go bishop f5. You could, I don't know, develop some of your other stuff. I mean, it's just Mark's position sucks. I mean, he just played h4, h5 for no reason. Didn't develop his pieces.
Yeah, I like the way Epiphany handled that when she went on that long think.
Long.
Long.
Probably have to go bishop e7 now, right?
Yeah.
And then there's knight d5 to unpin yourself. She just has a really good pawn chain in the middle.
Okay, she does it.
So yeah, it's just gonna go f5 and have like that strong grip, I guess.
Wow, Mark keeps the bishop on the board. That lets the knight stay on d5, though. I didn't really love that decision.
And just as you say that, she gets rid of it.
I really don't like what Mark just did. I think he should have taken on e7.
Yeah. That pawn can be
Did you
a
expect Mark to do the right thing?
thorn.
Sometimes Mark does the right thing.
Many mouse slips, maybe.
Man.
All right, they're down to seconds now, though, and it's even
Yeah.
material still. But I think I trust Epiphany and win this game.
She's been playing that Hyperbullet on stream.
She even
She's
played
ready for
Ultra Bullet,
this.
I think. So she's got this speed demon.
Oof. Mark's position is so passive. So now she's going to try to take on a.
You can't even develop your rook on h4.
Ooh, rook takes b2. Okay. I liked rook takes b2 more.
Okay, sees a check, plays a check. Rook h4 is not a thing, though.
Rook b4, rook c7. Oh, bishop f5. That's a nice move, because if you move the rook off the back rank, then rook a1. I think White's just in trouble now.
Yeah, and you got to give up
Yep,
the
he has to
exchange.
lose an exchange.
Wow, this is this is how you beat.
Competitive
H4, I
game. I mean,
guess.
this guy sucks.
And this is the last game.
Find another.
Rook bb2. Yep.
So what's the final score? 6-2. If she wins this, of course.
Why did Epiphany bring her rook back? She should have just moved the king out to get out of check.
I don't know. She thought she might lose the
She can go all the way.
h7 pawn or something. I mean, this is all good.
I guess, yeah.
Well,
I
this
mean,
is
everything's good, but
Over.
You can go rook d7. I mean, no, you shouldn't. You should go. What should you do?
You can do whatever. You can even
Push
pin
the
the
game
knight.
on.
And just take-
f6 maybe. I don't know. Oh, a4 makes sense. Yeah.
knight b4, you just take it.
If knight c5, can you go a3?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
You can do everything. Okay, so this is the last game of the round. When
So
did
all
Jesus
these like
quit
swing
chess?
games that Young Guns really had to win, they're actually losing them all.
Well, I mean, they're underdogs in all of them. And remember, this is board, board 3 versus board 1, and the board 3 is the clear favorite. So
Right. But it's like the type of games that they at least have a chance of pulling an upset. Like some of them, they're just never going to win.
Right.
This one, Mark could conceivably beat Epiphany.
Well,
But,
not now.
on this position.
So no resignation. He's gonna play it out all the way.
Mark has no respect. Just, you know.
Okay, 6-2 officially.
Okay, 6-2. Yes. This is what I was afraid of. It's kind of a non-competitive.
Yeah, so we were all expecting to have Sag in the finals as well.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to Sag versus like this team. I thought it was going to be super interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, there's nothing they could do about their board 4. Just for the future, we definitely need the backup players for each team, at least one. Sam versus self-service.
Sam and Steven is fine.
Okay. We have a London system. This is all book, I imagine. I have no idea. They're playing it pretty fast, so I guess so. I once tried to learn
this variation where he takes on c5 and then holds onto the pawn. Do you know anything about that, Dennis?
Let me take a look.
I feel like
Oh,
Dennis
wait a minute. Yeah. Sam and I have analyzed this in some depth, although I'm not sure if this is the correct move order. See, there's a thing where if Black had gone e6 on move 4 instead of knight c6, I think there's a line where you play bishop d7 without knight c6, and then there's it's like crazy engine variation that goes like 15 moves.
e6 instead of knight c6?
Have gone like e6 right away, because
Oh.
I don't think that the knight being on c6. I think the knight being on c6 actually hinders Black's ability to either get back the pawn or get compensation for it. Because I think White White is okay here.
I got you. Yeah.
I was more concerned if Black was okay since they're down a pawn. Are they or?
Oh
White just
well,
have a healthy pawn?
White has. I mean, Black has some compensation for being down a pawn.
Okay. b6 looks like a good move to me.
Does he normally get the pawn back?
I mean, this is not the main line. At least not today anymore, because again, everyone's playing e6,
Okay.
which is a very recent thing. There was a game was it US Senior or was it was one of these? I don't know. There was a game last year in 2019 that involved maybe it involved Delugi. I forget that went like right down the long engine line, and so since then everybody knows this stuff. But here, I don't know. It looks like White's doing okay. I think White has gotten what he wants, I guess. But Sam is trying to figure out if there's Queen A5, so he takes on D6. So I don't know.
All right, so they're playing this slow game.
And as Titus points out, I think that the idea of taking on C5 on move 4 is something that Andrew Tang popularized.
Okay.
Because he, I think usually after C5 people would just mechanically play London moves C3 and knight D2.
Right.
So 4D takes C5 became a topic of interest, and I think that today people agree that E6 is good for Black, but okay, by this point the position is away from theory, so I don't have any further theoretical comments.
Okay.
I guess Black is threatening B2, so you got.
So I switched
point.
to Chris's game versus Mahin because I think that's actually kind of close. We're saying that Chris is 2000, but he might as well also be Mahin's rating, which I think is 1800.
Right.
So I switched to that game. If you guys want to check that out.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
So I see a lot of
who I
pawns
like
here.
better. Black?
I don't know. I guess so. He has active pieces. C7 is hanging. C3 is hanging. E6 is hanging. So what's going on here?
Let me get to the game. Hold on. So Rosano.
So Chris is thinking about what to do with the pawns.
Yeah, I would just take back on d5.
Is he thinking about knight takes c3? Is that a thing?
Probably.
Skylar had 2400
knight takes e3,
performance
queen moves
today.
somewhere. I imagine you take the bishop on e2, and after they recapture, you recapture on d5. Is that what he's looking at? But then the pawn on c7 hands.
After you take on c3, if the queen goes to d2, you can also play knight to e4 again, and then attack the queen, and then recapture on d5 or something. I don't know.
Right.
Or you could take on e2.
Maybe that's what he was looking at. Being annoying that way. And then taking this, yeah. Okay, so he is tanking though. Like he's taking way
yes.
too much time. So he does
He
take on
does eventually
c3.
play it.
Bishop check. Okay. Intermediate move. So you gotta go to f8, right? Because if you go up, I don't know. It seems kind of scary with all the big pieces in. Queen d2.
So now knight back to e4, I guess. Maybe you could also take on d5. I don't know.
Goes to e4.
I like that.
Maybe he wants to take on g3 and then protect his c7 pawn with rook c8.
Well, you got to take on d5 at some point, I feel like.
Okay, so letting them take on e6 and recapturing with the bishop is not good.
I mean, maybe it's bad to allow rook takes c7. I don't know. But I think if the queen moves and white does eventually take on c7, then black might be able to play knight takes g3 followed by queen a5 check, and then the rook on c7 would be hanging.
Gotcha. So if the queen goes somewhere like
d1.
like d1.
So now I think if you play e takes d5, for example,
Which
then rook takes c7 would probably be a blunder because of knight takes g3. I guess there is rook f7
rook
check.
f7 check, king g8, recaptures. Recaptures and then what?
Wait, so if rook takes c7, maybe queen a5 check first, change the move order, and then wherever the king goes, you're able to take on g3 with check.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I've got some awesome tactics here. And
that's way better.
Does Dennis have any comment on this?
I'm in the game.
And it looks like that's kind of what would happen, right? It looks forced if he does take on c7. So
okay, so he doesn't do it.
He doesn't do it. I think he might have seen that.
But now black can probably just play c6 or something and be happy.
And he's solid, right? If he plays f3, he just goes back to d6. The queen is protecting that knight. How would you go about developing your h8 rook? Do you go king g7 and bring the king in, or do you go rook h7 right away?
That's actually a funny question. I don't know. Okay, well, so something about playing rook h7. The thing is that maybe there's a situation where the f file could open. So maybe I want my king on g7 anyway.
Right. Okay.
Because white could play f4.
Yeah, I like the king on g7 also.
I wouldn't go for the exchange here. It brings out his queen, right? If you take on g4. And with your king on f8, that seems kind of scary. So maybe you retreat to g6?
Yeah, that's probably what I would do. Bishop g6, and then you can push f5 or h5 later and get that tempo on the bishop.
Is the all caps IHOP team battle in person? Question mark, question mark. Yeah, it's in person on leechess.org. You have to be in person to log into your account, and also it's already underway. So.
Wait, why do you ask, Douglas? Is it because of my background? I hope so.
Well, maybe it is in person, and everybody brought their laptops to IHOP.
Yeah, we technically don't know. We're just the broadcast.
Yeah.
So who knows?
That's
well,
true.
I just said it was in person, so.
Behind the scenes, they might have decided to all actually go to IHOP, and we don't know.
Yeah.
We have no idea.
I saw an address next to the ad. What, the web address? leechess.org?
No, I think he might be talking about on the IHOP Chess Club Lead Chess page. There's still an address listed there.
Yeah, we always have the location there, so people know where the chess club is.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm guessing queen e7 here, right? It seems solid enough.
That's where the IHOP is. You've been there, Dublin.
Yeah, that's where the IHOP is.
Yeah, Chris is just up a couple of pawns. Looks good.
But look at his time. It's down almost a minute.
It's like, you know, it's a Carlsbad structure, except white has no queenside. They just didn't care about that part of the structure.
Maybe white should go for a minority attack on the queen. Oh,
Yeah, it's a real minority. It's just nothing. It's
Yeah.
0 versus 0 versus 3.
So see, this is why I thought this game would be interesting, because you would think that Spicy Indian Swag is the favorite based on Lead Chess rating, but over the board it could be different. And as you can see, the game is leaning towards Chris right
I don't
now.
want to switch to another game though, just because I feel like the tactics in this game have settled down.
Yeah, I agree. Let me know which game you guys think is interesting.
Let me see. Do you want to go back to Sam and self-service?
Yeah, I think that's a good one. The other game that's getting really crazy is Epiphany, but it looks like she might be about ready to win versus Sam Castles.
Okay. Alright, so we have Sam up a pawn still.
Is it pronounced? It's like pronounced like Sam Cast.
I actually don't know.
It's funny.
Is it Cassell or what's the
when he
other
goes to the
choice?
beach, does he build sand castles?
Oh, I see what you mean.
Wait,
Uh-huh.
do you have A takes B? So
What's your idea?
okay, wait. Pawn takes B7, rook takes A1, and then queen takes C5,
C5?
check. It doesn't work because then
Yeah, but at the end there's like rook
B1
takes
is
B1.
hanging.
B1
At
is
the end
hanging.
there's rook takes B1, and then your other dude is going to be hanging. So
okay. That could have been cool if it worked.
I thought you wanted to do it in the other order, Brian. Maybe play B8 queen before you play queen takes C5 check. That maybe would be better.
Oh, I just saw the bishop since you
That's
take it with
kinda
check,
cool.
but I guess B1 falls with check as well. So that doesn't work. Both players down on time though, down to like 10 seconds.
Epiphany's up a lot of material now, so she should be winning soon.
Wait, this just allows queens. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, Sam blundered.
I don't know what happened, but it wasn't good.
He has
He
to
lost
take
his
it.
blockade on B1.
Yeah, knight d2 was a blunder. You probably had to take that queen.
He's making a threat that's not even really a threat because he'd still be winning if that. I mean, okay.
B6, nice.
Yeah.
This is game over. Wow. Sam
King
kind of completely...
Bishop D6?
No, not king d6, then knight c4. I'm stupid. What?
Ooh,
Okay.
I liked bishop D6, attack the knight, and then...
But I mean, E
Oh, I know
still...
why. Okay. I know
Well,
why he didn't do that.
it's easy.
Yeah, this is fine.
Okay, so
I mean,
this
that
is
was
over.
my first
Let me check
instinct was
Epiphany's
king
game.
d6, and then I saw knight c4, but it's still winning. So
Epiphany
what
up a
difference does it
clear queen. Doesn't seem like black has anything.
Okay, so
I'm
that's a
gonna,
win for Steven.
I'm gonna go back to Chris's game. Alright, what's
The
your score?
is 7-2.
7-2. Gotcha. Okay.
David's game might end in a perpetual now. He has a perpetual if he wants it versus Mark.
David versus Mark. Ooh, we didn't look at this game at all. Forgot this was a matchup.
I don't know
And
why.
Epiphany did win, so that's 8-2 now.
I feel like if we did 8-2, okay. If we did know about this game, we would have been all over it.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, I mean, isn't this just like a? I mean, isn't
The funny thing is, it's probably going to be a draw, right? Yeah.
Right.
So I'm going to go back to Chris's game since this is probably going to be a draw.
the draw would end the match, by the way.
What?
It's 8-2.
Already, yeah.
Wow, that's so crazy.
Chris seems like
I
he's
feel
going to win this
I
game,
feel
though.
like we
He's up
haven't
a
even
piece.
doing this one for that long, but yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
I actually had to think for a second if this was round 2 or round 3. Because it feels like we just started.
Sam says GG's, we lose.
Hey, don't lose hope, man.
And David has taken the perpetual. to
You still
clinch the
had
match.
the Cinderella run to the final that nobody expected.
Yep.
Now, whether that's because of you or because of the entire opposing team throwing, it's up for debate. But you did have that run.
Oh, I need to fix my numbers.
So
Here.
Chris is still just winning.
There we go. Yeah, he has plenty of time now. He got the increment. It looks like Mahin is going down yet again, unfortunately for him. He resigned, so
That's a win for Chris.
that's a win. 3.5.
Yep, 8.5, 3.5.
Okay. So match is over. You ain't got no nips. Has officially clinched the match. There's still one round to go though. We do have Mahin playing another game. Versus Chris.
Yeah, it looks like
So-
Stam and Mahin.
It looks
are
like they
going
want
in
to
and
start
starting.
already.
That's fine, totally.
Yeah, we can start. Alright. F5 by Mahin. We can see some tilt there.
Wait, E4, F5? Seriously?
Yes.
Wow.
Wait, Queen H5? Hello?
Oh, what the? I clicked the button. It's not.
Wait, Mahin just got mated. He threw.
What? Oh yeah, and look at Sam Shank is playing King D7, King E8, King D7, Rook G8,
They're
etc.
in a team call.
Oh no, he has to go G6 and after takes, I don't know.
They're in
He
a
has to
team
move one of
call.
his pawns. He's got to get out of
Honestly,
there.
I think
we're
Ali has
seeing
been in this
some-
exact position.
I think we're seeing some match fixing.
What? What did we just
No.
witness? E4, F5.
They've been
Sam-
paid. They've been paid off by the mafia.
I
to-
think he's doing this for you, Dennis. Sam Shank has knights on A8 and H8 already.
Well, I don't care about H8, but A8 I have
Yes.
respect for.
I guess.
Okay.
I don't
Wait,
care
why
about
is
H8.
H8 clearly inferior?
Then you have this one.
Because it's only knight of the A1. I mean,
Oh, okay.
I never. I mean, I'm sure I played knight H8. but
Oh,
that's
this
not the-
game
that's not
is
the
just.
meme.
Why would
That's
you
not the
keep?
meme.
Why would you play this on? After
It's not any knight in any corner.
G7.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, knight H8 could be more useful. It could be a defensive piece. You could bring it right to the king. Knight A1 is like peak uselessness. There's no, rhyme or reason in most positions.
Okay, looks like all the games have started.
But are we going to see real games, or is it just gonna
Oh, and Epiphany's also going F6, D6 on her first two moves.
Okay, so
she's
we got some
actually
trolling going on. Let me
She's playing
see.
the
Let me
Lumsy.
see.
She's
Oh,
gonna play the
Lumsy.
Lumsy.
Wait,
Yeah.
is that what this is? I actually don't
She's
know what the
gonna-
This
she's
is
Lumsy
gonna
the
try and move
Lumsy,
her king,
the
right?
famous
Is she
Lumsy
gonna-
opening.
Let's see what's going on here.
Can you guys tell me how does the Lumsy go? Like,
The
what is the Lumsy?
so what you do, you play F6, D6, and then you're trying to score a home run. So you got to have your king go back to E8 by going around those squares. So in
what
this
squares?
but you want to go D7, E6, F7 back to E8, or F7, E6, D7 back to E8.
Ah, okay.
You got to
So
score a
that's
home
why
run.
she's trying to play King
She tried to
E6.
circle the bases, but the problem is after King D7, Queen G4, she got stuck on first. So
Oh.
And so then she came back to D7. So she's really trying to go King E6, but then
yeah, she's
D5.
trying
the
to
Lumsy
go
feels
back.
bad, man.
Right.
Oh,
She
no.
needs someone to. Yeah, this is not working.
And do
But
you
hey-
lose the challenge when the king goes to C7? Are you like out of the base path or something?
I mean, I think she's failed at the Lumsy thing. I don't know.
Is
I think
this
she's
so
gonna- I
bad for
think she's
black
gonna
though?
try and- I
Look
think
at how
she's
many
gonna try and
queen
play
moves
chess
white
now.
did.
Okay.
That kind of
I
makes
think
up
she's
for
gonna
all
try and play
the
chess.
tempi loss for black.
I just didn't know if like later in the game, if she gets to play King D7, E6, F7, if that counts, or like the sidetrack to C7 like ends the challenge.
Well, maybe we can ask her in the chat afterwards exactly what the
Okay.
thing works.
But there were so many queen moves by white that it kind of
Oh.
makes up for the tempi loss from black. Like already,
there's some serious.
we see some
thunder
untangling
going
by
on
black.
outside.
E6. Man, if Chris loses this, he's gonna be kind of pissed. All right, let's see. Let's check out another game. What is self-service? Did self-service take it seriously?
You know what? Honestly, I think this is just some bad base.
We see another Lumsy
is
by
not-
self-service against Mark.
another Lumsy.
Yes, and actually, Steven actually got the home run.
Steven got the home
He
run.
did it.
You got the
Oh
home
my
run.
goodness.
You went all around.
What if
Now-
Mark loses to the Lumsey?
You would think that Mark would be the one who'd be able to get the home runs because he's all about the performance-enhancing drugs, but no, it's Steven is. Steven did it.
Mahin is still playing. Mahin is down a queen, a rook, a bishop, and a pawn.
I'm
And he's
cheering
still
so
playing.
hard for Steven. It's not even like
Yeah, I
If
know
he
you
wins-
are.
if
Yeah.
he wins this game.
Oh, we do have Sam versus David. Okay, so
Is
it
that a
seems
real
like the
game?
entire team, you ain't got no nibs, played the Lumsey.
Oh wow, they did.
The entire
And
team.
David also
Aw,
got the
that's
home run.
cool.
So we have some trolling going on by both
That-
Sam
that's,
and
that's
David.
cool.
Wait 1 second. So did Spicy Indian Swag also try it? No, but he probably didn't know how it goes because
Oh,
he
that
played-
explains it. Maybe they told him, hey, Mahin, play the Lumsey, okay? We're all going to do this. And he
Right,
goes
and he's like, "What's the
F5 on
Lumsey?"
move 1 and just gets himself completely annihilated.
Well, Lumsey theory is difficult. You gotta really be up to date. It's
Yeah, it
tough.
seems like Mahin didn't know what the Lumsey was. He
needed
probably
to
should
go
have asked.
1d6.
Now I gotta say, Steven's position is pretty Lumsey. This isn't really working too well, but we'll see.
Now the truth comes out.
No, but it is fun. See, this is why it's nice when these things are casual because you get stuff like this happening.
Mhm.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm
So we have an
appreciating this.
entire. I wonder why they didn't name themselves. Excuse me, the Lumsey, or something
Because
like that.
they wanted their Lumsiness to be a surprise at the end of the match when they were winning.
Oh,
They bust out this, surprise Lumsy. So knight takes f1, I assume.
I appreciate the Lumsey.
Yeah,
I appreciate all
Lumsy
these
too.
weird openings in general.
I tried to play the Lumsy once on my stream, and I had a problem because as soon as I got to one square within, as soon as I got to third, my opponent resigned. It was an issue. So I couldn't
Wow.
win the game.
He couldn't stop the home run, so he just gave up.
No, he couldn't. I got stranded on third base.
runners in scoring position went
Yeah,
down.
I couldn't bring my my own king home.
Feels
I
bad.
needed
Yeah, it does look
Nobody
like
batting
Mark
cleanup,
is
I
doing
couldn't-
well against the Lumsey so far. Both Stevens knights.
I like
F1
how
and G1.
to make the Lumsy work, you put your knights back on F1 and G1. That seems like
So far, he's not.
this opening is
completely
a
lost,
very
right?
me sort of opening in that sense.
Okay, let's see. Let's go back to Sam's game versus David. Sam needed to untangle. See how he did it? Okay. There's a lot of tension going on over here. In the square right here. Black offered a draw. David declined the draw.
Mhm.
So no draws, even though they played the
you
Lumsey.
don't play a Lumsy for a draw.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look at this bishop on h8 though. It's just dead forever. But hey, remember, we can't talk shit about bishops like this because Skylar made it
Skylar.
Steven with a bishop that was worse than this.
No, we can still talk about the bishop. It's just you just got to have a good everything else going.
You just never know. Yeah, that was a huge comeback by Skylar. Never forget that.
David went for, no, Sam has the knight. Oh, wait, did David also go for knight a1? Wait a minute, let me get over there. Hold on a second. What happened in the opening of this game?
Yeah, there was a
I'm
knight on
watching
a1
Mark
for
here.
sure.
I got to appreciate what happened here.
Oh,
So first
David
of all,
did
we
both
had-
of the memes. He did the
we had a
Lumsey and knight
mutual-
A1?
Yes.
We had a mutual Lumsy for both players.
Okay.
Oh, and
We have white resigning
so Sam wins.
because he
But,
blundered his rook on h8.
We had the double Lumsy, and then we had the double knight of the a1. Now David wins the knight of the a1 by a mile because he got that knight to a1 way before.
So that's 4.5 for Young Guns.
Yes,
David
4.5.
blundered his rook. Let's go to.
That's good for me. Sort of, maybe. I just need one more point. No, wait. I don't. I need half a point. This is good for Dennis.
But no, it's not good, is it? Because then that means that I need.
Let's look at it from
Right. Wait. What's
Steven's
let me
point of
check.
view.
Let's see what's happening.
It's 8.5, 4.5, and you
Oh.
predicted 5.5.
Oh, that is okay for me. So is there... Yeah, but I need to get 1 point from somewhere else.
Yes.
So
But at
let's
least
check
you're
the other
halfway.
game.
Knight f4 is probably annoying for because you
Let's check
can't
the
You
game.
take.
just beat Spicy
And
Indian
then there's this
Swag.
pin, and then you lose the knight.
Wait, Spicy
Wait,
and
so that's
Swag.
5.5, right?
Okay, so now I need them to stop. Now I need Epiphany and Steven to win. And
Yes.
then what do I get? Do I get some shiny card? Or something?
No.
You get bragging rights for one.
Yeah, well,
know
I don't
what
even.
else.
The thing is, I should shut up because it hasn't happened yet. So I'm really digging myself into a hole.
Okay, so let's look at Epiphany's game again.
Ah, crap.
Yeah, Epiphany's game, I don't know what's happening. Like, she's up a lot of material, but she might be...
So we left it off at.
Maybe she's fine, actually.
I left it off like somewhere over
Wait.
here. Yeah.
So Queen D5 check, King A4,
Trying to
Queen
catch up.
C6 check.
Oh wow, she sacked a rook. Okay.
So King A4, Queen C6 check, King A3, Bishop C1 check, King takes A2, Queen A4 check, King B1.
I just got back to the game, so I don't. Brian, did you get that?
Yeah, I got it.
I was looking
Okay,
here
cool,
at Bishop
cool.
C1,
Brian did,
but now
Brian
he
did,
played
okay.
Queen A6. Okay. Well, now I think she's fine.
Check
Oh wait, there's still Bishop D4. I missed that.
here.
Well, then you have to do that. What
Check.
else is-
Yeah. King
Well,
B1
is that
should
a
be
problem? Yeah, King B1. What's the next thing? What do
good. There's
you?
no more checks.
No more checks. That's game over.
But Black also doesn't have his own check, besides Rookie 1. Is there any way to stop
Rookie
that?
You can't stop Rookie 1.
But you can
Wait, just
resign. Resign stops Rookie 1.
That's true.
Yeah, Rookie 1 was not played.
Okay.
So that's a win for Epiphany.
So that's
Right.
9.5 to 4.5,
So if
right?
Steven wins, I get the whole thing. The problem is, so we gotta survive this Lumsey, and Steven is down the exchange because. So we'll see here. Maybe I don't know. Is there some like? I really wish Bishop takes G7 worked or something like that. Maybe it does. Probably not.
Okay, let's see. Bishop G7.
Oh yeah, Bishop takes G7 if King takes his Knight H5 is double check. But
Oh wait, but there's. Oh, never mind.
Why isn't Knight F5 good?
well, Knight takes F5. Oh, you're right. That's also double check. Okay, so Bishop takes G7 is just good, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't see it.
Well, maybe he's smarter than us. It's also possible.
Yeah. Let me see if there was.
Queen
I don't know
exchange.
why it wouldn't be great though. Obviously,
well-
Black would not play King takes G7.
Yeah, I guess. Okay. Anyway, so the Black is
Who's Knight
okay.
G6?
H4 maybe.
H4?
Yeah, H4.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't go G6 instead.
I would just take that probably, and then you can take on G7 and then King F8 maybe.
Takes check here.
But how am I taking on G7? Maybe I play Bishop takes.
I could also play Rook takes F3 check after they take on H4.
Oh
so
yeah, if I play Bishop takes, you're right, and that's a thing. So, or he'll do something completely different. Okay.
Okay, so he's
Now
eyeing
for
the
something completely
F3,
different.
protects it.
Alright.
It's a Rook D2 move.
Mark is down to 20 seconds though.
Okay, that gives me hope. My score prediction still alive.
H5 maybe?
Come on, Steven.
Okay, so he
Let's
didn't want bishop. He
Do
didn't
it
want
for the
Rook D2.
Lumsey.
So that protects that. There's the H pawn.
There's the King.
Steven going mark mode.
Black's pretty solid now.
Yeah, it's annoying.
do
Maybe
you
we
make
should have played
progress
Bishop
with
takes G7, man.
Alright, so
Why
this,
didn't
this rook
that
wants
we?
to do something.
We probably should have done that, huh?
Maybe.
20, 25 seconds to 13.
How do you? I mean, what do you even do? It's hard to like improve the pieces as weight. You can't move the knight.
Yeah, everything is like
The bishop doesn't. The pieces are kind of lumsy.
What's the score, by the way? Is it 9.5 to 4.5? That's what I have.
9.5, 5.5.
5.5.
9.5, 5.5. So if
Wait,
Steven
how
wins,
can that be? Is that right? 16. Wait.
Steven
Yeah,
make a
that's right,
move.
that's right.
There we go. Steven made a move.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about this. It lets the rook exchange happen.
Guess
Mark is
he
really down on
gave up.
time now.
Gave
He's
up
feeling
trying to
pressure.
find another move. Yeah, there's no time for either one, which, on balance, you'd think is a good thing for Steven, because he's probably faster, but who knows?
Rook
It's a good position.
D1 and just,
Or not. Okay.
Okay.
What? I don't know.
What?
Just Mark is just trying to play moves.
He's nervous.
Maybe the nerves.
Yeah, maybe he just planned to go back and forth really fast to get some seconds to think.
There shouldn't be any nerves here, though. Like, the match is over. You're playing a stronger
but I
player.
think it's hard to not get nervous even.
Mark, he wants to, he wants to beat everybody.
I guess so.
Bishop D2 maybe. Oh, no, maybe not.
Then Rook C2. Then both your pawns are hanging.
Mm-hmm.
This is totally. I mean, Steven's dead. I think, right? Because this.
Stevens dead? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think so. But
He's trying. He's trying.
Oh, Rook C3.
But I see now. I'm doing the right thing though, because every time I say something like that, the opposite happens. So come on,
Right.
let's make it happen.
Rook takes H5.
Wait, was Rook C3 not a thing there?
Rook takes H5. God, no, E7 doesn't work. Okay, I don't know. Was there bishop?
Wait, was Rook C3 not a thing there? Instead of King F8?
Let's take a look.
Takes. You can stop both pawns.
I can't move back for some reason.
And you're up a piece.
Oh yeah, what the? Yeah, you're right. That would have been very clean for Mark.
Both my commentators missed that. Come on, boys.
Nice, Brian.
Brian, can you tell us what's going on in the current position? Because we don't know. We're just commentators.
Can't tell you anymore. Okay.
You had the ability for like 10 seconds.
Played.
So I get the feeling that Mark has kind of
You can play Rook C6 and B5 and then isolate White's pawn.
Yeah, but he's messing up his winning chances. This is
Now what's going on?
I think it should be a draw, right?
Yeah, I don't think he's done some wrong
But
stuff.
will it
but
be a
the
draw?
problem is that I don't think that. But for my prediction standpoint, I mean, how is Steven going to win? So that's.
Yeah.
So I'm still frustrated.
A4. He wants to keep all the pawns on.
Oh, Steven's
You
playing
fell
for a
victim to
win,
one of the
maybe.
classic blunders.
Oh!
Yes! Oh my god!
Why would you put it on a dark square?
Forced! This is exactly how David lost his game, right?
This is exactly how. That's exactly how Daniel lost the game.
Daniel, not David. Sorry,
And
David.
this is exactly how I drew it up. Score prediction, 100%.
Absolutely horsed. Oof. Okay.
Your commentator is on one at predicting the score.
Final score,
Very nice.
10.5
Mark, as soon as he gets
to
in the chat, says,
5.5.
Mark says, "Who cares, dude?" He's just mad.
Wow, Dennis, you were on point with the prediction. Good job.
Yeah, I called the score. I know what's
You
up.
called it exactly.
10.5, 5.5. Young Guns still did great. They fought.
All right. Well, congrats to You Ain't Got No Nips. Congrats to David, Steven, Epiphany, and Mahin for winning.
It was fun.
That was fun. It went better than how it started, at least.
Yeah, at the beginning it was crap.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Nick is like poggers.
Let's get out of here. Nick is here, guys. We gotta end the stream.
We're done.
Yeah, we're done. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. Good games. See you later.